and welcome to The World Below. This is the finale episode, The Kalm. I'm your story guide, Kelly. I use he and him, and I am very excited to be here at this finale of our Onyx Path sponsored stream of The World Below Down in the Deep. Thanks to Onyx Path for sponsoring this stream, and I'm excited to do this. If you are joining us for the first time right now, this is a new game from Onyx Path called The World Below, which is set in a kind of an ambiguous time period somewhere between the medieval and Renaissance era in a world where, well, the surface has become unlivable. And as such, the world has to move below, going into the depths of an ancient and elaborately tunneled underworld. The characters in this adventure so far have been quest with retrieving someone. They have literally gone to hell and maybe will be coming back with that person. As you manage to find Hunsicker in the elves. Elves? I'm trying to make sure I do it right because it's slightly different spelling. The Alvin and the Chipmunks. Oh my god, one of them has to be named Theodore now. Theodore. I killed Traz. You have made your way there into a hunting stronghold in an imaginary, illusory manor, built out of this strange substance that seems to remind you of particularly fibrous mushrooms, which we would know as wood, which I'm assuming there isn't too much of in the world below. But we're going to be jumping into that in just a minute. We are also going to be covering some rules from the game later on that we have not touched on yet and which are a major mechanical point. But before we do that, let's go around and introduce ourselves, starting with our favorite politician, Lizard Mantraz.
Wait, I became a politician? I thought I was
Yeah, you're with the Illuminati, right? That you're a lizard man.
Oh, yes, obviously. Duh.
Oh, I thought he was with the Secret Service.
No, he's with the Senate. He's a senator.
Or the IRS.
Oh, no, he's not that evil.
Yes,
well,
yeah.
Anyway, Traz.
Well, hi, I am Traz. I use he, him pronouns, and I'll be playing Spike, or Anticia Silhouette that uses they, them, and apparently up for a new job, I guess.
Yes. You're doing a lateral movement. All right, let's do a lateral movement over to Kal.
Hello, everybody. My name is Kal. I'm playing Sidian. He's like a mushroom manhunter. And myself, I use he, him pronouns, and I'm excited to do the digging and the dwarving and the surviving.
Perfect. Who also strangely survived? It's Chris.
I survived. Yay! Hi, I'm Chris. I go by Blogg in the chat and on the Discord, and I'm playing Earthar, the human explorer and excavator, and I like to dig them holes.
Nice.
He uses he, him, or they pronouns, and I'm gonna miss this game. I had a blast playing with this game with these people, and I backed it. I was like, okay, I need to.
Memories. And thanks everybody who backed this. Speaking of other things that we back, we got Krista's back. I don't know. Baby got back. Krista, you're up.
Oh goodness. Hi, I'm Krista. She, there, her, them pronouns. I am Jahista FX the chat, and I am playing Moth, our hobgob chaosist from Yorbrol. And I have also very much enjoyed this game, and I am very... I mean, you're not wrong, Kelly. Just putting inappropriate things in the chat. Anyway, excited for this game.
and other inappropriate things, it's Millie!
Oh my gosh, it's right. Hi, I'm Millie and or Bunny-Hearted. My pronouns are she and her or they and them. I'm a Gemini. I'm here playing Chewy Chesswizzle, who's a cool Makiru. He's like a rodent person. He's like a traveling merchant alchemist. Real stoked on death. Don't worry about it. I've enjoyed this so much. Last game was like a punch in the guts in such a good way, and I cannot wait to see how this comes together.
I think you're really going to like it. Also, if anybody else here wants to run a short series of The World Below when the final manuscript is done, I would be happy to play in it. So let me know. My New Year's resolution.
I would play a cool mouse again. Love to squeak. Squeak, squeak, squeaker. I'm working on my mouse accent. I don't think I've quite got it down, but you know, it's hard to get.
I've been practicing in Dragonlance.
Rodents, lagomorphs, it's hard.
Lagomorphs? Yeah.
It requires extra teeth, and it's a little hard.
Yeah, exactly.
Stop. How you doing? It's pretty much how it is. So folks, thank you everybody who backed this game. It's a really cool game. It's an interesting concept, and thank you to Onyx Path once more for letting us play it before it was out. And before it was even in a final form. This isn't even its final form, so definitely go and check the backer kit to see if you can do any late backering. And if you can't, go to your local game store and like bang on the windows till they let you in, and then force them to order this in. The world below! Just do that on the windows and try not to get arrested. Not my fault if you do. All right, so without further ado, let's jump in real quick. I want to give you something in advance, though. So I neglected to give you some experience points. So I neglected to give you that if you spend more than half the momentum pool in a scene, you gain a point of momentum as a group. I'm going to give you an additional 4 experiences, because I'm assuming this happened once per game, and it will probably happen once this game. I'm going to give you, additionally, I don't think I gave you the base XP for showing up to each game. So everybody but Chris is going to gain 4 XP, because I consider session 0 XP. And so everybody else will take 5, Chris will take 4. Because today's episode will count as well. So go ahead and start off with that. Besides that, you have your new aspirations and things ready for this adventure. So without further ado, let's jump in. You rest up. For those who are used to traveling and sleeping on hard surfaces, it's up to you whether or not heaven or hell comes wrapped in cotton sheets and memory foam mattresses. But you sleep on the most comfortable, or uncomfortable if your backs are not designed for it, mats that you ever have. The rooms that you find yourselves in, inside of this elven safe house, are massive. Some of them take almost 20 paces to cross. Some of them have their ceilings so high you have to climb on furniture and leap to try to touch them. Strange magic pulses through these walls. There are strange conveyances, little dials, these circular things near the doors that allow you to turn on the oil lamps, turn on glowing crystals that dangle from gold chandeliers. It takes a couple of days of resting and recuperating before you feel yourselves again. The first night, you merely sleep. The second, you are free to wander the grounds and enter any unlocked room and just relax. There is a wealth of reading material inside of an immense library. Some of you may have seen books before, but these are not like those that you have seen. They are bound with hard spines, made of, well, canvas, wood. Few are bound in leather or maybe scale. But you will be woken on the second day by a savory and sweet smell that permeates the air and drifts beneath the doors to your rooms. You are all given... Yes, it smells like meat. A beautiful, what is the word? A beautiful gamey scent that rolls underneath the doors, mixed with the smell of crisped dough. You will hear a bell in the hall go off. Breakfast is downstairs if anyone wants it, one of the elves says.
Scrambling towards breakfast.
As you open the door, you are going to see a fairly rotund elf standing in the hallway, who introduced himself yesterday as the cook's assistant, Theodore. He's wearing a long singlet that hangs down below his knees. It is blue... Green?
Green.
It's green. Thank you very much. I was like, wait, no, Simon's the alchemist here. A long green singlet that hangs down below his knees and looks at you with chubby chipmunk cheeks. Goes, I hope you enjoy it. I spent a lot of time on it.
Is that delicious smell?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. We've got access to all manner of things in the Obscura. Head down to the mess hall.
I'm gone.
The mess hall is less a cafeteria and more of a stateroom. A long table of carved wood with ivory inlays is placed there, buffet style. There you see mountains of coiled sausage. That is the source of this scent. Several elves are in line already, piling their plates up with the stuff, as well as all manner of fruit. There are those strange round orange fruits, little tiny fruits that, almost like some mushrooms you've seen, grow off of a stalk in these round, bulbous pustules. They come in a greenish white and a purplish black. You also see several large seeds, but they're furry, slitted down the center like an ass. And as well, there is a large, well, about the size of Chewie's head, melon that has been split open and cored. The insides are slightly polka dotted, a bright pink laced with little fingernail-sized seeds of green. And finally, at the end of the table, you will see a stack of coiled flatbreads folded over into cones. They have a crisscross pattern on them. Pockets built into each inch of it, a square grid on each, which is poured some type of foaming white, I wouldn't call it a fluid, but I wouldn't call it a solid, a paste that smells sweet when it's added, and then layered with bits of this viscous fluid that looks like ichor. They explain that it's some type of plant sap. One of the elves at the end of the table looks up at you. A tall, the burliest of the elves, actually. Wide shoulders, wearing a plaid tunic. His hair pulled up into a bun. Oh yeah, bud. We got that right out of some trees nearby. We call it je m'appelle, syrup.
Mmm. You call it jam apple syrup?
Jam apple syrup.
That sounds delicious.
Oh yeah, fuck yeah, bud. We've also got beer. You want a beer?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Moss
I
is
eat the butt fruit.
Moss is tying grapes into their hat because they
Perfect.
think they're like stones.
They smell really fresh.
I'm
Oh,
gonna
hey.
eat the stones off of our little Hobbs hat.
No, my magic! You can't eat it. Wait,
Oh,
are
hey.
those- I thought
Anybody
I
who
thought they
eats
were
the
raw.
butts, they've got stones in them, so watch your butt stones. You don't want to chip a tooth.
Oh! Moss will eat a peach.
Your hobgob teeth are going to bite into that, and you're going to hear this horrible, like, that sounds like a giant version of crunching a popcorn kernel, and your teeth are going to make quick work of that seed. Like, you can just digest, you're a hobgob, you can digest that thing, no problem. It's not going to give you any trouble on the way
told me
out.
it was a rock. I want the rock. I will
Okay, then you
save
can
the
take it.
rock. Won't touch it.
Gentle. Gentle.
So the sausages are this beautiful ground lamb, fennel, and harissa spice. Just mildly spicy, but mostly just very bold flavor. Now, none of you have ever had lamb before. It's not like you can keep sheep in the under. So this is
Is this
very
real?
gamey.
That's a very good question.
No, one of the elves says. Yes, another says. That's the Obscura for you, another says.
I think it's time. You all had questions about my mushroom head. It's time that you met
Oh, I'm excited.
fun guy Greg. And it's not actually their head. They just kind of like wriggle off this like little like red cap and put
Right.
it on the table, and little feet spread out the bottom, and it like runs around blindly. And
This-
he's
this
just a
is
bald
someone-
dwarf on the top. He's got like no hair.
This is someone Chewie's met before, right? Or has this been kept secret from her this entire time and all of their travels?
You acted like it was a super mystery at the first session, so maybe you just happened to
Wait,
never.
is this Orc Sporman?
You know what? That's a good question.
Yep, it's fun guy Greg.
Oh, did you rename
Wait,
it?
what was the name on the
I have Orc
document?
Sporman.
What's better?
I mean, you just introduced him, so we're gonna go with Unguy Greg.
Fun
What
guy
does he
Greg.
sound like?
Whatever you want. He's just
Okay.
a little guy.
Cousin named Shay.
You can pick high or low. High or low.
Let's go high.
Hey, how you doing? How you doing? I'm on Guy Greg. How's it going?
Have you been there this whole time?
Yeah, somebody's got to watch out for this guy. We met in Mushroom College.
He
Go
helped
fighting
me.
spores.
Helped me pass me finals.
Mm-hmm.
I think she was gonna walk up to Sidian and just bap you a little bit in the face. Like not quite a slap, but a bit of a bap. You're telling me I had another travel companion, someone I could have been friends with, someone I've tapped on the head hundreds of times, and you've never introduced me?
Oh,
Hey,
they don't like people mostly.
hey, don't be tripping. That's not a big deal. I'm just his thinking cap.
Oh, you're
We're
the
better
brains?
together.
That explains a lot, actually. It's nice to meet you.
It's nice to meet you too.
I help them get around and spread their spores, and he augments my my noggin power, and he can like read the moisture in the air.
That's amazing.
He's the farthest traveling mycelia is in the Underdark.
It's true. I like hanging out with you, though, Sidion. You're a good guy. I never have to question your morals.
Well, it's hard to meet You know, I've met lots of bad guys, but I've haven't met many fun guys. So
Oh,
I'm glad to
yeah,
have
that's true. But I also like traveling with you because you're not a guy to truffle with. And I always feel secure, you know?
you. Yeah. Don't you don't want a mycelia with us.
It's true.
We'll mess you up. Mycelia.
We don't take any shiitake.
Nope.
For the first time, I'm wishing I traveled with a weapon.
Do you want to borrow mine?
No.
And
Bap
I'm
you
gonna
on the
grab.
nose.
I'm gonna
good.
grab. The sausage links for.
All right. They're going to come out, and as you poke them, you're a little disturbed for a moment looking at these. I don't know how common sausage is where you come from, but these links are still connected. It's like pulling intestines off a plate for a moment until you.
Greg doesn't care. Like he
Greg
literally
doesn't care.
eats. Well, whatever's around.
Hey, if it's there, I'll decompose it.
So these are made from animals.
Fuck yeah, they're made from animals. You hear from across the table as Myrna wanders in and starts piling their plate up. How you doing? Rested up.
Aye.
Good, you're feeling good. That's good. Well, we can escort you to the Edge. Once Hunsicker gets checked out by the doctor today.
Sounds promising. We would appreciate that.
Yeah, no problem at all. What's up, little hobgob?
Out of character. Can I do some orienteering and try to
Yeah.
figure out where the well is from here?
Do it.
Okay.
You have 5 points of momentum, by the way. Just letting you know.
All right. Me. 2, 3, 5.
That is a deeply suspicious number to start with randomly.
You start with 1 for every player.
Oh,
That's
all
fine.
right. I thought it was the same Shigamanan as last time. Interesting.
Okay. Oh, jeez. Hang on. I got too many dice here.
That's not true in this game. You have just enough dice.
Well, in my dice tray, I have too many dice.
Oh, well, yes.
Is 2. 2 success.
2 success. So, as you are loading up your plate and eating, you're going to take a moment and focus. And you are going to check that the well is... We're going to hop back to that soap bubble metaphor I did before. You can sense the well as a bathtub that this realm is floating on. But if you had to look for a way out with 2 hits, you're going to say that it's probably to the west of here?
So if you're using the soap bubble analogy, does it in a way feel like I'm closer to the well because I'm sitting atop it?
Yeah, it's a
Or-
little... I'm going to say that it's kind of like fog lights in fog. Like, it's going to refract and kind of almost be blinding because of the way this world kind of, like, undulates and rolls off of things. So, like, the well is going to be... you're going to have to kind of squint rather than look for light. But you'll see that there's probably a more concentrated way to the west. And as you are kind of orienteering, you are going to get a little flare. And suddenly it feels like the well is very close. You just get a flash of it for a second. Initially you thought, the well is to the west. And then suddenly, the well is right behind me. And then your orienteering ends, and you hear a door shut. Oh, looks
Okay.
like you... Oh, nothing. The doctor's here. You can probably get out of here quicker. The doctor who's going to check out Hunsicker.
Where did he hold the door?
I'm sorry, I don't understand Hobgob.
She's gonna scramble and try to chase where they thought it was
Alright.
and start.
So out
What
in
is
the-
it, Mossy?
So rushing out to the front hall, you are going to turn and see that the front door of this building basically opens into a wide foyer, and then has a pair of stairwells that winds up. You are beneath those stairwells, basically. So the stairwells lead up to the second floor, and the access to the dining area is right between them, almost like running through the house's legs to find the food. So you can rush out and see this man who is about 5'8", 5'9", maybe. If I had to describe him, it would be painfully British. Tweed jacket, a bowler hat with a number of feathers jutting out the side of it, a pair of spectacles, and a white beard. He is probably in his 60s. Human. And will turn and look your direction as he adjusts his glasses, going, "Oh, hello. Good to see you here. Nice to see any guests here at Halfway House."
Moss is gonna run up and sort of. Does he smell like well?
He does smell like he might be a well worker, yeah.
No,
Same as you.
Him. Oh, in that kind of way. A well worker.
Yeah, like a
I
mad
thought you were
user.
saying smelled bad.
No.
14-hour shifts in the well.
Exactly.
Uh,
Are you from the well?
I like the well. The well gives me many gifts.
Mm-hmm. Me too.
I check and make sure he's not around, and then like creep in closer.
You are the
I'm
ones
trying-
who... Please, continue, little hobgob.
Oh, I've been trying to figure out if this is a part of or apart from the well, and I can't quite tell because it keeps spiking.
The Obscura is a strange place indeed. It exists beyond the well. And yet, it weaves near and through it. I like to think of it as the well's dream.
Dreams are very important.
Yes, and who says that the well is not dreaming itself?
I think Moss, are they like partway up the stairs?
Actually, you've cornered him in the doorway, so he's trying to
Okay.
he's humoring you and kind of like looking at the stairwell constantly.
Does that mean the well's alive?
He winks and flicks his nose at you.
Moss just kind of sits down in that way where like your feet just sort of splay out in front of you and just sort of stares at the ground for a while.
Is Mr. Hunsicker upstairs?
Oh, you're the doctor. Yes. Come
I
here,
am,
come.
yes.
I'll take you to him.
Dr. Hakatna. Nice to meet you.
Dr. Hakatna.
Nice.
Dr. Hakatna. Nice to meet you.
Of course. And it's nice to meet you as well.
Earthar.
You know, you look like an Earthar. I met an Earthar quite a few years ago. Fine chap. Fine chap indeed. Was a Darv, though. You're not much of a Darv. More of a, like me, stock standard boring human.
Oh, sorry, I haven't been around too many humans. I hear you're really bad in bed.
Not as bad as your mother.
Yeah, nice to meet you.
It's nice to meet you too. There aren't many humans on this side of the Obscura, so I mostly end up dealing with elves, and you can tell they are a bit different culturally. What are the rest of you doing? Chewy, Spike,
Still
Sidian.
just eating.
I think
Okay.
Yeah.
Chewie wants to do a little bit of science.
Okay.
I feel like she's doing that thing where you like get a piece of pancake and you dip it in a little bowl of syrup and you put it in your mouth. Then she takes a piece of pancake and she dips it in her alchemist kit and does research on it to try to figure out what the heck the nature of material is here.
Ooh, perfect. Make me a science roll, please.
You got, like, litmus tests and
perhaps
stuff?
science and intellect.
Science and
can-
intellect, yes.
You can craft stuff out of stuff you bring back from here that gets special
That
properties.
is
because
that
of
is the
it.
second part, is that she's just fully stealing random items. Nothing
It's-
of value, but she's curious if they stay intact if she manages to leave.
If you manage
Okay,
to
looking
leave,
for
yeah.
eights. I have
Rolling for eights.
3.
This type of viscous fluid, you think you could repurpose into a glue. You could also probably replicate it. You could probably make a version that's slightly less sweet. You could turn
But
it
it
into
feels
a
like,
beverage.
and it acts as if it's regular matter, right? It's not like
Yep, it acts like normal, but it's very sticky. I would say that this is like the stickiest maple syrup in any world.
so it's from Atlantic Canada. I'm here for it.
Basically, it's from like primeval Atlantic Canada. So like 1984.
It's from New Brunswick. I'm here.
It's from New Brunswick. Canadian humor. Dum-dum. I don't get it. Maybe you do.
Hurry, put it on some ice and roll a stick in it.
You could probably use just the scale the side of a building if you reduced it a bit. Like put it on your shoes to make.
that's also not a bad idea.
I'll
So
say
maybe
that
she'll
you can make this spider climb.
steal some of that. Yeah. It's gone with
Alright.
a little bit. Yeah, I think she'll actually be quite surprised that it acts like matter. So now she's trying to figure out if her alchemist kit is imaginary too, or if all of this is real. And she's just sort of staring up at the ceiling while eating pancakes and dipping things in science kits.
The elves are going to kind of like watch you with a bit of humor, having been a bit more experienced in this realm. A couple of them are going to kind of like titter at you under their breath to each other.
Does she catch this?
I think you probably would. Your perception is decent.
Yeah, it exists. She'll make a
exists.
stink, a little face at them and do that like stink eye thing where you pull one eye down and go wah and stick your tongue out.
Look, mate, if
exactly.
you need to ask anything, I mean, the experts are right here.
Well, and the experts are over here. We can always compare notes afterwards.
Who's got notes? Do you have notes? I don't got any fucking notes.
Ugh, experts.
We don't need notes, we live it. We've been living in the Obscura for almost 5 years now.
Now that is fascinating. Would you consent to a blood sample?
Are you gonna drink my blood?
You don't have. No, of course I'm not going to drink your blood. That's bizarre. I'm not one of those mosquito.
Well, I need my
things.
blood. It's gotta stay in me. That's how I live. How much you gonna take?
Wha-
What are you gonna give me for it?
Only a tiny little bit.
Are you a sorcerer? Fucking hell, are you a sorcerer? Oh, I think this one might be a sorcerer.
So, I'm an alchemist.
Fuck me,
This
an
is a
alchemist.
Science. I'm worried about the material reality. I don't do sorcery.
Mate, you're in the wrong place for material reality. What's a Sheila like you doing here?
I was looking for the other moth.
Oh, the one-legged tripod upstairs.
One-legged tripod.
Yeah, he's only got one leg, but if you tip him over and he catches himself by the hands, he's a tripod. Yeah, tripod and a half, I imagine. He's a man, right? You know, I didn't ask.
The and a half. You're very confident. You must think about his circumstances a fair bit. Then, I could introduce you.
No, it's all right. He's gonna head out anyway, but still, maybe he has a nice cock.
Who's the same? Wow, those are sausages, right? The meat tube.
We still talking about oh, that.
No. The can you pass one here?
Yeah.
Hands on, please. Thank you.
So Spike, you pass one over.
Yeah. Why chewing on one themselves?
I just.
Yep.
I'm picturing her like holding one like in her mouth, like it's drooping, like it's a cigarette while she's doing alchemy, and just like slowly chewing on it a little bit. It just
It's like a
slowly
giant, like
shrinking.
cartoon cigar in your mouth. Like it's like.
100%.
All right. So, you are all doing that, and Sidian, you are just kind of like having a breakfast talk with Fungi Greg.
Yeah. Oh, and bugging the elves.
Sure. What are you talking to them about?
Oh, what kind of crazy beasts? So, you fight a lot of damn accent's contagious. Fight a lot of monsters down here.
Yeah. All the time. Giant beetles.
And-
There was a floating head shaped like a lady, with all of her guts hanging out the bottom. Tried to suck blood right out of her eyes. At least I assume it was blood. Tried to suck something. Not my type. Aye.
But you got like normal things like cats and dags.
Yeah, we got dogs.
Oh, you got dags?
Yeah, we've got, I mean, this is the Obscura, mate. We've got, like, loads of puppies. And then big wolves, and then, I imagine we've got a lot of dead pets. I mean, like, who doesn't dream about dead pets? That's when they come back, right? You got any dead pets? We could try to hunt them down for you. Huh? To bring them back to the land of the living?
Really?
Yeah, maybe. You got like a dire rat that you lost? Maybe a mole rat?
Yeah.
I mean, that's the question, right? Like, if you bring them back, are they real? Fuck if I know.
Well,
I mean, technically, are we real? I mean, these aren't our real bodies, right?
You're right. They're not.
But they're not,
What about
right?
what about a dire? I had a pet dire rat when I was younger.
Fuck me, is that the Mikaru you came with?
Oh, you're not being serious, are you?
No, I assume that's your Sheila.
I think her name's Chewy.
Fuck me, you don't even know each other's names. What kind of traveling party are you?
Well, I never asked her what her like family.
Oh, you
name
never asked what,
Yes.
you just call her what?
Chewy. Chewy.
Chewie, you're being talked about across the room.
just like ears perking up. What?
Oh, he's saying that your name is Sheila.
No, mate, Sheila is like shorthand among the lower elves.
My
for,
hands are
for
average
lady.
sized.
All right.
Oh.
Look, we've got all manner of food though, so if you need to take any supplies for the road, feel free. All right, we've all eaten. We're all good.
I think Sidian has a wife.
You got a wife?
Well, she dead.
Well, yeah.
Oh fuck me! Was that the bitch in the alley? I mean, not that your wife's a bitch, but I mean that monster sure as fuck was.
Must have like read me mind or something.
Oh yeah, they'll do that. Seriously.
Oh, they.
I had an ex-boyfriend, all right? Showed up inside of an alley once, came out looking like it was just all cocks and cockroach.
Is it
Ugh.
the like Obscura that manifests it, or
I mean,
is it?
ain't that the question, right? Is it the Obscura that plays with your mind, or the mind that plays with the Obscura? Where does the ephemeral nature of reality forge from?
Like, would it have been different if someone else had interacted with it.
I mean, probably. But I mean, here's the thing. Are these the type of dreams that you have? And then again, can you remember your own dreams?
When I do, they don't pop up like that.
Maybe that's why you don't remember them. I wouldn't remember that if I had that in my fucking sleep.
You should take notes. These are valuable insights. I could lend you some paper.
Beside him, Fungi Greg is scribbling things in a dialect.
Mm-hmm. Fungies.
Fungies. Funganese.
Funganese?
Yeah.
All right. So, you're going to continue having this conversation about the metaphysical stages of reality, and they're gonna, like, the elves are gonna start kind of preparing you that, like, on your way out, you're going to have to go through the veil again, stepping out, and that could be difficult. That you should definitely try to brace yourself, definitely try to psych yourselves up, and the best way to get out is to, like, think really hard about who you are, and be really self-possessed. So they're going to try to give you a reminder pep talk. I'm going to give you a +1 enhancement for the 3 of you that are here, if you're interacting with them.
The 3 of us downstairs?
The 3 of you
Yeah,
downstairs.
sounds good.
All right.
I'm going to need that.
Moss
Because
and
being injured affected that if I may...
losing to the Obscura's overwhelming nature affected that. So, out in the front, Dr. Hakatnam is going to kind of... can you please take me to Hunsaker, please?
Oh, yeah, just up here. Come on, Moss.
Nice.
Moss? Moss?
Moss, what a sweet name for a little hobgob. You appear to be... are you alright, love? You appear to be a bit out of sorts.
I'm very confused.
It happens to the best of us. Come now. He offers you an old wrinkled hand.
They take it and sort of just zoned out follow.
All right.
Moss, are you okay? What happened?
I don't know. My whole concept of reality has really taken a hit.
You head up to the door, and then you hear... Knock, knock. Doctor calling. Ah, Mr. Hunsaker. I see that they've moved you into comfortable quarters here. From your triage. Well, let's take a look at the stump. See what can be done. The fun thing about this... Urtha, can you please, take my bag? He hands you a leather satchel.
Okay.
Please, find me the scalpel inside. It's a small knife with a very sharp tip. Made of obsidian.
It's made of obsidian?
Obsidian, the mineral? Volcanic
Oh, yes,
stone.
sorry.
Yes, thank you.
The sharpest thing known.
Obsidian is? Only when fungi...
It's
grabs
named
on that.
after the sharpest thing known to his family.
Alright, let's take a look here. He investigates Hunsaker's leg. So, Doc, do you think I'll ever dance again? I mean, that is a question. So, as you said before, when you were brought in here, you lost the limb outside in the temple area. Yeah, it was a real bitch. Well, unfortunately, that means that this does not matter. He pokes the scalpel in the side of the oozing stump. Hunsaker will let out a little... That sure as hell hurts. Yes, it probably does, but this is illusory. If you leave right now, you will... whether or not you have a limb on the way out is entirely based on you and your perception of having a limb. You think I'm actually stabbing your leg right now? He prods it a couple of times, drawing some blood. It sure as fuck feels like you are. I'm not. But that said... Mr. Urtha... Moss... There is something that I've left on the front porch. I was going to have the elves get it, but you both seem like you're quite strong. Do you mind bringing it in?
Yeah, what is it?
Just some parts.
I'll go look for them.
All
Moss will follow and sort of tug on Urthar's arm and be like, if he thinks I'm strong, I don't trust his ability as a doctor, if I'm being perfectly honest.
Well, you're a powerful chaosist.
Well, I think he was talking about physical strength.
Couldn't you just make yourself strong?
Oh no. full breakdown again and just sort of follows Urthar.
Out on the front landing is a long, black bag. It's about the size of a hockey bag. It has a pair of canvas straps that wrap around the sides, and it looks like it's full of different shaped objects that are kind of poking into the side lining. There are enough handholds that the two of you can carry it together. I'd say it's probably about 100 pounds. There are a pair of wheels on the bottom. So you could just kind of direct it and then just kind of help carry it up the stairs with a whomp, whomp, whomp. As you were carrying it up the stairs, though, can I get Urthar or Moss to make me a... I gotta remember what perception is in this. Probably... I'll say survival and intelligence, or survival and wits, or survival and composure.
I have 1 in survival. What do you got, Chris?
I've got 3 in survival, and intelligence. Or my pool would be highest pool is 6.
Go
ahead and give me a roll.
Yeah.
Both of you give me a roll. See who gets it.
Okay.
Well, we can help each other.
This is true.
There's a
Oh,
teamwork
can I help?
thing. Yeah.
Teamwork.
So teamwork. Actually, was just looking at that section. So working together. 2 or more characters can work together to accomplish a larger task. Each player uses the same skill and attribute form dice pool, and each hit generated goes toward overcoming the difficulty of the task and purchasing tricks.
Sure.
What pool are you using? Survival and intelligence?
Sure. Let's do that one.
Okay.
Or composure, whichever is better for you.
Composure is better for me.
Do it.
Do it.
It's the same for pool for me.
Oh, actually, I lied. Sorry. The other ones. Cunning is better for me, not composure. So,
Sure, that works.
intellect then.
I said wits instead of cunning. Sorry, my bad.
And we're looking for 8s, 9s, and 10s. And 10s are
Yeah.
2.
10 or 2?
4.
4? All right.
Yep.
So this is a pretty casual roll between the two of you as you are carrying that up the stairs with a whump, whump, whump. A smell is going to start to catch you. It smells coppery and sweet. And as you look down, you can see on the carpet running up the stairwell, you've left a streak of blood that's dripping out of the side of this bag.
Oh no, parts. Parts. Reaches in, pulls out what is presuming is an arm,
Reaching
probably.
in, there are
Arch.
about 10 legs inside of there.
Oh no.
All different shapes and
Graz,
sizes.
hurry up. So many choices.
It's a smorgasbord.
We will him into
Yeah.
existence, into the Obscura. Everyone hold hands and chains.
Bring Chad.
People
Leg.
who are new to the
Leg.
channel have no
Leg.
idea this
Leg.
joke. Just it's a deep dive. Go to the Dork Tales wiki and look up Traz.
Yeah, there's a page.
Oh
if
my
you
god.
Google
Have a
Dork
command.
Tales wiki Trazelta, you will find out what is going on.
We're gonna make him a Frankenstein's monster by the time.
Just give him 12 legs.
Yeah. Take off his arms,
Oh, no.
replace them with legs. Then you'll have
Perfect.
extras.
Horrifying.
Humid centipede.
The Trezetar.
I thought you said
You know what?
humid.
I did.
Humid.
Because you're underground. It's humid.
Yeah.
Honestly, less disturbing than human centipede.
All right.
Oh my gosh.
So you pull out one of the legs and dangle it. The foot kind of goes wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. And that is when you notice that there is a snake-shaped toe ring on the side of the lower toe.
What does that mean?
Like one of the curling snake toe rings.
Oh, I thought it was in reference, like we were supposed to know whose leg this was, and I was like,
No.
oh god, what did I miss? Nope,
No,
just-
one of them is just bejeweled.
Some people like foot jewelry.
Some people. Quentin Tarantino's watching this show right now.
Should we be concerned?
Don't know.
So
I don't think this is real, but
while they're doing that and we're talking and stuff, you'll notice that I guess his original name was like Oryx Borman. Fun guy Greg, his tags are like investigative and sneaky or something. What were the
All right.
tags? And little guy.
Yeah, it's fair.
And so he
So as you're eating, he's gonna kind of like tug on your arm and go like, "Hey, boss. Your friends, they just brought in what I'm pretty sure is a bag of body parts. I've seen a bag of body parts in my time, and that was definitely one of them. Don't ask."
Are you sure?
Am I sure your friends brought in a bag of body parts, or am I sure you shouldn't ask? Was yes and yes.
Anything else sussy around here?
That Myrna person over there seems interested in you. They're watching you when you turn your face.
Which one is that? Those elves all kind of look the same to me.
Okay, first off, don't let them hear you say that because that could be offensive, but also, yeah, they do kind of all look the same. Except for the tubby one.
Right.
Yeah. But secondly, the one in the crop top over there. With the pierced belly button. It's so weird that used people have those things. Besides that, I think Moss stole a bunch of fruit. I'll keep an eye on it. I don't want to knock her on anybody, but like, you know, it ain't cool to steal food.
Oh, they said we could have as much as we
Oh,
want.
did they? I missed that part. I was too busy, like, scouting out your potential booty call.
Oh. Nothing else is sussy other than the bag of limbs?
You want more?
Nope. It's pretty sus.
I think that they used half and half in the cream instead of whipping cream. There. Like, I mean, what do you want from me?
I knew it.
Looks at it sitting
You
up and-
freaking dorks.
What are you two doing?
All over Spike's face.
Spike suddenly has, like, a Santa Claus beard made of foam.
Yeah, perfectly frothed as
I'm gonna give you a point of momentum to have that beard happen.
Chris is fully dead.
I'm still getting over the migraine from the other day a little bit, so that actually hurt, and that was
And-
beautiful.
This is why you shouldn't put Cal and I in a game. Cal, I want to play in a game with you. I think that we would cause too much trouble. It'd be great.
It would be great.
You'd just be Bill and Ted.
Whoa.
We're kind of Bill and Ted
Most,
and whatever.
most
we're in.
excellent. Shoddy Ted.
Bill S. Preston Esquire.
And Ted Theodore Logan.
And we are the
Wild
Wild Stallions.
Oh, we actually managed to sync up, unlike 10 candles.
We d-
Yeah, anyway, back to game. We're on the clock here. Let's go. So Spike goes, "What are you looking at? What are you doing? Must."
You're not getting any gifts this year.
Oh man, I love it when that guy comes by and gives me coal. In this world, Santa Claus giving you coal is a good thing because you're underground and it gets cold.
Yeah.
And no, it doesn't get cold. It usually stays at a temperature around 70 degrees Fahrenheit because underground geothermal activity. I grew up in Missouri. We know it. We know our caves.
And it gets hotter the farther down you go.
For some reason, right? It's almost like there's a molten ball of nickel and iron down there.
Well, if you listen to
And a dragon.
mainstream, like big geography,
We hop back upstairs. And you were on the stairwell dragging that bag of body parts up. Do you bring it up or do you...
I'm kind of confused, but I'm like, this isn't real. It's okay. This isn't real, so it's okay, right? Right, Moss? I mean, this is...
Mr. Uther, I could use those implements, please.
One leg, one moment. And you know, I'm just gonna like reach over and just be like, don't leave me alone with him. And I'm just gonna pick up the whole bag, and I've got Might 5, so I think I can do this. And
All
just
right, so you'll kind of like be lifting Moss as she's holding onto it, too. Like,
Yeah.
Moss is holding underneath.
Yeah, don't leave me alone with him, and then brings you with me.
All right. You bring it up. Good. I was worried that you had gotten lost. Well, let's
Legs.
just...
Sorry.
Yes. You looked inside of the bag. Excellent. Can you do me a favor? You know Mr. Hunsicker better than I. And he is still... I've anesthetized him while you were away. Hunsicker is asleep on the bed again. Please, pick out a new model for him. I wouldn't worry about matching it to his skin tone, mostly his musculature. I'll prepare the procedure.
What about the nice one with the little jewelry on it?
Perhaps, if he would prefer something feminine. I took that one off of a young woman who was traveling through one of the bergs. Pretty certain she was a monster.
Pretty certain?
Yes.
Wait. So, but none of this is real.
Isn't it? It's not, of course. It's as real as you make it, and we shan't make it real. Do you wish to get Mr. Hunsicker out of here on 2 legs? If not, we could attempt to return those. Or would you like to complete your mission, Mr. Uther?
Did I tell you about that?
No. But you're obviously here to retrieve Mr. Hunsicker. Are you not?
Yeah. Sorry, this is starting to get a little creepy.
I'm sorry.
Um,
I have that effect sometimes.
does this guy's name like ping anything?
You can make me an intelligence and enigmas and intelligence, or enigma and cunning.
Oh, can I use cunning?
Yeah.
Because that's better for me.
That's a fantastic roll.
Yeah. Ooh, that is a fantastic roll. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6.
Really, 6 successes?
Yeah. I got 2 9s, 2 8s, and a 10. Mothman. I thought that's what it was, but I couldn't remember what the name was, and I was like, wonderful.
I have that effect sometimes. He smiles, and as he does, you look at him and you see that the room's well lit and your shadows reach across the walls, but his shadow is twice the size of yours and 3 times the size of him.
Moss is going to hit the deck and like fully bow, and then notice that Earthar hasn't done that. Leap, grab him by the face, and pull him all the way down, and then lay down flat again.
I want you to do me a favor, Moss. I want you to make me a persuasion or persuasion. Do you have any points of persuasion or leadership?
No.
I was gonna say.
Do you
I'd be
have
shocked.
Sure don't.
or empathy?
I do have empathy. I have empathy and culture.
I'll say culture, actually. Let's do culture and presence or manipulation to suck up.
Presence I have.
So this is a prostration roll.
Okay. Seeing if I have anything else fun that would help me in this. But
And I
don't
love
think
that
I do.
Chris has just put a bunch of question marks in our private chat because he missed a game and doesn't know what's going
Oh.
on at all. It's so good. It's so good.
Beautiful.
Yeah, I'm gonna stay standing up normally unless like Moss is able to.
I'm hanging off of your face. Can I make like an athletics roll to like pull him down?
You can make me a might and athletics roll, contested, yeah?
Okay. You're gonna win that fully.
You never know.
Well, I only have 3. Well, yeah, it's true. You never know. That is 1.
That's 6.
Okay.
Moss
so,
is hanging from your face and is going, and then pulls himself up right up in your face and like, Earthar, this Montauk, he's a well lit.
I should
Get
answer the
down.
Wellich.
and as you glance back over, the painfully British man is going to smile, and you are going to hear this noise that sounds a little like, as he smiles up to his eyelids, his lips spreading, his beard hairs undulating on his flesh like the skin beneath was made of clay. Charmed.
This leg. This is a good leg. This leg.
May I use a momentum because I failed my roll?
Okay. All right. Thank you.
If everyone else is okay with that, is anyone against me using it?
Now,
Yeah, go ahead.
the
Do it
flesh will suddenly smooth itself over like a crack in a bit of pottery before it goes into the kiln. And he'll reach out and grab the leg and say, "Thank you. I harvested these myself earlier. Like plucking the petals off a flower." Pardon me. A flower is a type of plant that used to grow on the surface. Lovely little things. Many layers like a cabbage. Do you have cabbages? I forget. I've been in the Obscura so long. And he will hold out the leg. peer down at Hunsaker's stump and will like reach out and stick a finger, and as he does, the finger will grow long and talonous, and he pushes it inside of the bleeding stump. And there is this horrible squelching and grinding noise, like metal on metal, or bone on bone, more precisely. And here it is. And he will hook and begin to pull a length of bone out of the stump, like drawing it from a sucking ham.
I'm just like watching, just horrified and like just kind of like
you watch he pulls a string of marrow out, and you watch the bone kind of grow over the marrow. This will suffice. As I said, I've been inside, and he jams the leg up on this spike of bone and grinds it in. So long that I've forgotten several things about the surface. Did you enjoy going through my temple?
Temple? What temple? Temple?
Where the door was. You didn't actually go through it. You kind of just... Sure, Ursar, was sort of just brought. The rest of us went through, and it was very beautiful.
Yes, unfortunate.
Hideous. Wonderful? Awful.
Yes, reality can be many things at once. Beautiful, awful. Squelches it down and grinds it. Do be a dear and hand me that bit of paste there. I'm going to make a poultice. Inside of the poultice, you can see that there are harvested eyeballs, bits of ground teeth, and other viscera best not described, as well as several herbs and spices and things to keep it sterile. He begins to paste the wound with it. This is mostly set dressing.
I'm so sorry. What's the set?
This is mostly theater. Mostly pretend.
Oh. So, this isn't... I suppose the concept of real isn't really applicable.
Isn't it? What is real? Real?
I think that's what I mean.
Things are as real as we make them, young moss. This should be fine. Hand me the wrapping of skin. There should be a length of serpent skin inside of my bag. It will bind the wound well enough, and Hunsaker, when he awakens, should be able to walk on this. I will bond them together. And as he's saying this, he's going to watch you out of the corner of his eye, Moss, which you're going to realize is disturbingly to the side of his face now, as if he turned his head and his eye remained fixed, moving through the flesh and bone of his skull. Just a moment, and as he says that, you are going to watch as the corner of his eye looks at you. The iris and pupil are going to split like an egg yolk breaking and dividing, and one set of iris and pupil are going to head back over across the eye to look at Hunsaker. You showed proper deference, Moss. It has been a while since any outsider has done that. Still,
It's a great honor.
You travel with a lizard. I would recommend against this in the future. They are filthy, dirty creatures.
Moss like looks down at their own hands, like all grimy and gross and gritty.
Excuse me, Mr.
Montauk.
Montauk, sir. Spike's a good friend.
Can you do me a favor?
And
what's-
died.
What's your defense?
My defense. I guess I roll it.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, this ain't gonna go too well. Oh, that's one. So 1, 2, because of 3.
3. Okay, so you are going to say that and immediately find your back pressed against the wall as his arm reaches behind, the elbow hinges inside out, and he suddenly, almost as if, I want you to picture a man's back, and then picture his front stepping through his back. The face suddenly emerging from the back of the head, all of it like a layer of film being overexposed. He steps back, grabs onto you, and pushes you against the wall. His face inches from you, almost as if he's going to kiss you. He is not a good friend. They are never good friends. They are traitors. They are filthy vermin. Is now really the time to be performatively loyal, Mr. Urthar? I know you have attachment to your pet, but is now the time to pretend that you are brave enough to speak out against me.
I'm being held by him, right?
Basically, just like, it's actually kind of gentle. Like, he's got a hand on your shoulder, like he's telling you a secret. Because you are not brave. You are a little boy who thinks himself a man. Say
I'm
it.
gonna try and this is a terrible idea.
Oh boy!
I'm-
Oh boy!
Oh no.
I'm gonna
In your
try and grow some
memoirs.
spikes.
Gonna try to grow some spikes, okay?
I'm gonna try to grow some spikes.
That sounds great. I want you to make me that roll.
Oh gosh. So this is. I
I'll
have
pass
no
a little
idea.
note to Spike and Chewie that says Greg found bag of limbs
Bag of limbs. Oh no.
And half and half.
the other and the and the other two seemed nervous. And then, like, P.S. Don't drink the cream. It's half and half. Underlined twice.
All right. You are going to hear a bit of a bang upstairs suddenly. That sounds like someone dropped something heavy.
Oh. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's, how many complications do I need to buy, officer?
Just, it's actually a contested roll.
Oh shit. Okay, 7.
Oh, 7! I got 7.
Oh no. Well, oh, how does that?
Do you want to use a momentum?
Do you want to use
I
a
think I'm
momentum?
gonna use a momentum if people are okay with that.
Yeah.
Do it.
Okay, go ahead.
So that'll be 8.
Okay, 8. All right. So, spending a point of momentum, you are going to create spikes. You're going to expect to explode into a porcupine, basically. And instead, you are going to focus all of your energy from the well, and as you do, it is going to ripple across your skin. I'm going to spend the drama bomb that was just bought by Sweet Pea, and the spikes are going to start to ripple, but instead of bursting out of your skin, they're going to basically turn into giant ingrown hairs as he holds up a single finger, and your skin is going to start to like try to erupt, but instead all of these spikes are going to be trapped. The well energy is not going to be able to rush out, and you're going to see his finger glow until where he's holding you by the chest, there's going to be a single eruption of spine that's going to pierce through one of his fingers. It's going to rip directly through his ring finger on his right hand where he has it on your shoulder, and there's going to be just this little sound as this long bony talon, nearly 8 inches in length, is going to hit the ground.
I heard him and now I'm even more terrified.
He looks down and you see that he is dribbling this greenish white blood out of the stump. Perhaps you are a man after all. Here. He takes his hand off of you and gingerly reaches down and plucks up the finger. It looks comical in his normal human hand. This long length of bone and chitin. A souvenir, Mr. Earthar, for when next we meet. And he tucks it into a pocket on your outfit. You are braver than I expected. Perhaps those lizards have evolved since I last met them to inspire such courage. Moss. I am not without courtesy for you as well. Is there something that you need?
Need? No. I have everything I need at home, but I don't, no.
Yobrel. What an interesting experiment your hovel is. I look forward to visiting sometime.
Perhaps I can show you around.
You have a fire inside of you. Let us nurse it. Here. He holds out his hand. Drink. It's bleeding this almost antifreeze colored blood. Drink. Drink of the well.
Moss is very excited about this. Krista is disgusted. Yeah, Moss absolutely will.
Okay, cool. What do you use for spellcasting primarily? What attribute?
Esoteric? Oh, cunning usually.
Cool. Raise it by 1. Permanently.
I can't. It's at 6.
Oh, it's at 6?
Or sorry, at 5. At 5.
It's
full.
at 6.
It's at 5. How do I make it 6? There's no button.
Well, if you had a paper, you'd fill it in. Let's just
You write 6 next to it.
Here we go. I'll put +1.
We're gonna do a +1.
boy.
Yeah, just consider yourself
I
at
heard
6.
the boogeyman.
And as you You are all going to hear that sound of something booming upstairs. Do people run upstairs?
Yeah, I was gonna ask, does the Lich give off a weird smell since some of his form got released?
I'm gonna go upstairs regardless of what it smells like.
Oh, I'm gonna go up there, but I would
Yeah,
like if I can get a
same.
scent of what it was, I would like to know.
Sounds good.
I think-
We are going to smash cut to the doors opening. And you are going to see Hunsicker blinking in bed. This doctor leaning over him. One hand in his pocket, the other hand on his bag. Going, "Ah, the rest of your companions." He smiles. "Well, Mr. Hunsicker should be patched up and ready. I hope you have a safe trip home. If you're ever back here, remember, this is a safe haven, and I am happy to do any administrations you may require. Mr. Uther, Moss, be seeing you."
On behalf of the moths, I thank you for your assistance.
Moths. What a service you do.
She'll do a little bow.
Well, have a wonderful trip home. Goodbye. And he'll walk between you, giving off a slight scent of... As he walks by you, you will smell rotting flowers. Not bad, but just the scent of when flowers begin to get that slight fuzz of mold on them. Funeral flowers more than anything.
Sidian's gonna nudge Urthar and be like, "Well, that guy's a bit creepy. Don't you
It
think?"
seemed nice enough.
Oh,
I'm like,
something off about him.
Urthar, who's normally covered in dust, is actually currently covered in a very, very small layer of like mud. Like just kind of like he's been sweating so much that the dust is wet. And it's just like kind of sticky and moist. He is humid now.
That's
And,
that's what I'm talking about. And I'm gonna like take like a little like scraper and it's the good stuff.
Moss is maybe stealthily, but is going to go after the doctor.
Sure, you can chase him down the stairs.
Oh, yeah.
As Uther, you feel a pinch in your pocket. As if someone is pinching you.
Chop off your tail. What do you want to say?
Do you okay?
Do you try to pull it out of your pocket?
Yep.
Okay. Can you make me a stamina roll, please?
Ooh. Good luck. 4?
No shit, really. You
Yeah.
you reach in and you are going to feel a pinch as it starts to wriggle into your skin. You are going to be able to resist it for a moment. Are you going to try to pull it out?
Yeah.
Okay. Make me a
Yeah.
contested. So you're going to make me a contested might roll versus it.
Just
Thank you.
straight up might in
Straight-
athletics.
No, just might.
Oh my gosh. 1.
1. All right. I have a might of 5.
Me too.
Oh shit.
Acting a bit,
Oh,
acting a
wait,
bit
5
strange,
successes.
lad.
Or 5 hits.
I was gonna say, I got power advantage if that helps.
I don't
this
think that's
isn't a
going to
weapon
cover you
attack,
the
so
rest
no.
of the way.
Yeah. Nope.
So there, you were going to start to pull it out, and it's like a thorn in the side of your chest, and then it's going to just suddenly wriggle between your ribs, and it's going to fuse between your ribs. The bones are going to join. You're going to feel it kind of, and as you are going, it's going to fuse. Now I need you to picture this. I need to picture your rib cage. And I need you to picture this finger that has hinged itself about here, with its sharp, bony tip pushing right against the wall of your heart, ready to flex at a moment's notice.
would like to tap Urthar on the helmet and go, "Oh, surgeries used to make me nauseous too. You'll be okay." We could get you a bowl if you want.
Do I get the impression that if I say that it's a well lich, it's gonna pierce my heart?
As you could try to start.
Yeah, I'm gonna start.
Poke. It is the
Well, that was an
strangest-
interesting surgery.
All right, that sounds great. Let's swap down to Moss real quick. So Moss, you chase him down the stairs.
Yes, I did roll a larceny and got 2 successes, so I think they're sort of sneaking out because they don't
Okay.
really want anyone to follow.
Sounds good. I think that Urthar made enough noise that you probably can sneak out.
Okay, fair. They're gonna sort of follow down and say, Lord Montauk,
Yes, Moss.
I have a duty to return Mr. Hunsaker back to Yorble. But when that's done, can I come back and serve you?
When you believe you are ready, I will gladly accept your servitude.
Thank you.
Seek me. And say
I will.
hello to Lontha for me.
I will. I'm sure she'll be very happy.
Is she still as beautiful?
Oh, yes. Absolutely.
You will have to work on your lying.
to be honest, Moss fully believes it.
Oh, damn. You know what? Hold on. Let me make an empathy check for him then. Instead, he will like look at you and give kind of a sad, bemused smile. He will reach out of his pocket with his dripping hand and poke you on the nose and say, "She raised a sweet one, didn't she? See you soon,
Moss will
Moss."
blush a little.
And he will reach out and open the door and leave.
I think Moss is now just a pile on the stairs.
All right, back upstairs. Hunsaker's going to shift in his bed, look down at the different colored leg. He is a very pale man from spending so much time, obviously, underground. I mean, you all do. But there is like a very kind of like tawny tan colored leg there of someone who probably also very tattooed. Maybe a Darv leg? He's going to look down at it and go, "Well, I guess that's something. Gotta give it to the Scarabs. They can definitely do surgery in a pinch."
Scarabs, sure can. Yep, scarabs. Scarabs.
All right.
Looks at
I think-
Earthar.
Oh,
I think I'm
be not
probably
afeared, my soft-hearted little friend. She's gonna offer Urthar a hug.
Gladly take it.
So, I'm ready to walk out of here if you are. All right. And I think that's a good place for us to take a quick break. So, folks, don't go anywhere. We'll be right back for the last half of the finale. Goodbye.
Whoop,
Or
whoop.
not goodbye. See you in a second. Bye. Hello, welcome back. This is the part of the program we're going to talk to the chat really briefly. So, folks, we had a well lich. Well, lich.
Everything went I mean, I think you mean we had a very nice regular human doctor who seems very confident and totally chill. That's what we're
Scarab.
talking
It was a
about.
scarab, not a thing that shall not be named.
Well. Well,
that's
let's
deep.
Smells sus.
Well, sus. So hello, everybody. Thank you so much. We just got rated by the Onyx Path if you're watching live on Twitch. And if you're on YouTube and you don't know what that means, they basically just showed up in our chat for fun. So that's good. Good to see you there. And Tabletop Almanac and everybody else. So, folks, I hope we're having fun with this. We've got a little bit of time left in game. We're going to be hopping back in just a minute to wrap this up. Yeah, did you guys have fun with that scene? I tried to make it intense. The rules for well liches are deliberately amorphous because they can, I mean, they're magic.
As they should be. Oh my god, that was terrible. I loved it.
Beautiful.
And now a piece of him will live on.
You'll
with you
be
forever.
in my heart, no
My
matter
tummy.
what. It's just Phil Collins. Like, that guy is just Phil Collins. I should have just had him be Phil Collins. Hold on.
I was gonna say now your heartbeat goes boom 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 boom.
Every time you think about talking about him, you
Yeah.
just hear on your heart.
It's anybody who listens to it, it's just like, oh no, it's just it's arrhythmia.
It's just an arrhythmia. Yeah. It's because you saw
And then
him
an urge to
drown,
sing.
and then
Oh my gosh, that was fantastic because definitely was like well dogma, like well worship, and chaosist, and like kind of just being like, oh okay, but like Spike's my buddy. Spike's like almost like the only family that I have, and it was just like, this is like meeting Superman and finding out he's Homelander, and and just kind of like but surviving. So
I love that
I'll
clip,
take
by
it.
the way, of is it Anthony Starr? Is that the actor's name? I know his last name is Starr. But he's afraid of heights apparently, and hates doing his own stunts. And it's just him swearing as they raise him
good.
up. It's fuck you. It's just like he's taking it as well as I would in that situation.
Yeah.
I'm just like,
And it's funny because I believe he's Australian, and so he's just like, "Oh, you fucking cunts!"
but he's still in his American accent while he's doing it too. So
Just a little. It starts to slip as he gets higher. It's very funny.
you get the panic setting in.
Yeah.
On a related note to that last scene there, Krista, I'm increasing my bond to you because you know what happened.
Yeah.
We've got well trauma.
I mean, Moth
Very
doesn't.
true.
One of you is trauma.
Okay,
The
I don't
other
know if
one
it's trauma.
was inspired.
Exactly. Inspiration.
increasing
One
my
man's
bond.
trauma is another man's inspiration.
God damn it, Moss.
Damn it, Moss. Hey, you took my finger. Well, keep it. Keep it.
You can have
God.
your finger back anytime now.
That's the worst way for someone to give you the finger.
Yeah. No, there's worse ways.
Oh
Yeah.
my god. Oh,
Now I need you to take
for those of you who've just joined
I
us,
need you to
I have
take
a
a deep
well-lich's
breath.
finger like hovering over my heart, like threatening to like stab into it.
It's just gonna do
And I
Morse
drank his
code.
blood.
It's just it's just Mountain Dew. He's just full of Mountain Dew.
Be able to
Oh, I
communicate
don't
with
have
you
one.
from any distance now.
It's true because
Yeah.
and Moss is full of that gamer fuel.
Yep.
Oh God.
Is this
Wasn't
how you
even-
get him Exy?
This is how you get him Exy? No, they drink Code Red.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Yeah, and if
Also,
you had
I'm
chosen
switching from the cold fever to the hot fever, so I'm going to take my sweater off really quick. So I will not be able to hear for a moment here.
I was about to say, how does that affect your model? Like,
My tracking will probably fail for a moment when there's like a whole sweater on my face. We'll see what happens. It'll
all
be
right, let's find out. I'm curious.
Take the helmet off first.
You got to take the helmet off. Oh,
The helmet stays on.
Oh, the model's just seizing slightly. I need 400 cc's of ephedrine.
I think I just saw my head go down and back up
Just
to
gotta
the
went like-
sweater is all that happened there. Yeah.
Pretty
Hold on, let me
much,
take my
yeah.
sweater off too. Everybody ready?
You did it.
Okay, guys, I'm back.
Yeah.
I've got my sweater off.
Nice. Congratulations.
You know what? It would be a cool idea to have a channel that you're just like a normal dude, but you're pretending that
Be a
it's
VTuber?
to be a VTuber. Has anyone done that?
That's
It's a little too meta. I think they did. I think it was called Max Headroom.
Way before years before their
Max
time.
Headroom.
Earliest.
What can I
VTuber.
say? The Underdark is terrifying.
There's lots of spiders.
The gifts of the well, keep on giving.
Okay, one or both of you need to play these characters in something that I run one day because.
Okay, get us some
maybe both, or
VTuber models.
twins.
Oh my gosh.
You need to turn Kal into a VTuber. That's what Kal needs to do with his days, is become a VTuber. I think he'd do very well.
I need something to do with my days,
So just, and you've got like your partner's a tech nerd. There's no way that you wouldn't have a VR setup in your house.
we've got a
Oh, do you actually have one?
my partner bought
Like the Oculus
again,
thing?
I don't know anything about it, and it's probably not the best one to use because it's not wired, but got the Oculus 2.
Yeah, that's
the Quest 2? Yeah,
that's a really
those are
common
pretty
one,
nice,
right?
honestly. Yeah.
Yeah.
You can do lots of stuff with it. For VTubing stuff though, you typically aren't using VR. Like I'm not in VR. I just have a camera, not my face.
Yeah, exactly.
Tracking.
And it's the tracking that
And I got little wiggly fingers here with a leap motion. And then my like expressions are all set up to follow my actual face around and that kind of thing. Yeah.
Yeah,
Some of it
that's
I can
not your
like,
actual
put on
face.
toggles because I don't have like a special face tracking device or like a fancy iPhone. So stuff like going like whop. That one unfortunately I gotta press a button for if I want to stick my cheeks out. But I can go blah, and that sometimes works, which is fun.
I've messed around with it a little just with like free stuff. Like what's that one that's on Steam?
Dork Tales is going 100% VTube by 2024.
Sounds good. Sounds good.
Oh,
Yeah.
Millie, I'm
But yeah, it's
promoting you
all
to
done through
CTO.
webcam.
I was gonna say either my free time doesn't exist or we're gonna have the worst budget ever.
We
Right?
both.
I did a little
It's
bit.
Dork Tales. By the way, join the Patreon. We already have the worst budget
Yeah.
ever. I had to go get my brakes replaced today, and then I got a call in the middle of it, and they're like, hey, how would you like to pay double what we quoted? I'm like, oh, great.
Oh,
I'd love
oh my
to.
gosh, I'm so
No.
sorry.
I'd love to.
Great.
And they're like, well, do you like having a parking brake? And I'm like, kinda. I live on a hill.
Yeah, that
Oh,
is,
yeah, that's kind of important.
Notably,
Kind of important.
notably convenient.
I live in the Pacific
Yeah.
Northwest.
I'm sus. I'm a little sus.
We're all hills. Are you a sussy baka? All right. Speaking of
Yeah.
sussy bakas, I think it's time for us to head back into game in a sec.
Oh gosh. Yes.
All right.
That sounds
So,
like a plan to me.
we'll talk about our VR budget later, but a big thank you to everybody who supports us on Patreon, and of course to Onyx Path for sponsoring this stream. I look forward to more games in the future. Hopefully, call me or email me. Don't call me. Nobody calls me except for spam calls. I got another call before 7 a.m. this week, by the way.
what?
Yeah, I
Should
had
be
Do Not
illegal?
Disturb on. Yeah, it's this Toronto number or New York number. I forget. It's one of the two numbers. It's because they're right next to each other, right? They keeps calling me and like trying to convince me to buy a timeshare or something. I don't know, but like they keep doing it at like 6 or 6:50 in the morning, and I'm like, guys,
If it is Canadian, you should report them to Castle.
like Frank Castle? Yeah.
Yes, definitely. No, the Canadian anti-spam legislation.
I just got a clip in my head of John Barenthal and me saying like, yeah, he called me 6 in the morning. You go, no, that meme. no. Oh god.
Underrated
So,
show. Should have got a second season.
It did get a second season.
Should have got a third season.
There we go. It got a second season. I didn't finish the second season, but he's coming back. Oh, speaking of which, two last things. There's now confirmed casting for Superman Legacy, the new Superman show or movie, and they've cast Lex Luthor. And I think Krista is going to dance when they hear this. It's Nicholas Hoult. Yeah.
Oh, I love
As Lex
Nicholas
Luthor.
Hoult.
As Lex Luthor. So he's
Even IRL, I could see it. But animated, yeah.
no. This is IRL. This is for the new movie.
Oh,
This is
sorry,
for
I
the
thought you said an
James
animated
Gunn.
one.
No, Legacy, the anime or the
I can see
live
it.
action. And they've picked Jimmy
Definitely
Olsen. Jimmy Olsen is going to be played by. Did anybody watch The Righteous Gemstones? Yeah, it's the brother who went to Hollywood. Yeah, he's Jimmy Olsen. I forget his name, but he's been in a bunch of stuff, and he looks just like Jimmy Olsen and acts just like Jimmy Olsen. And he's going to be
Also,
perfect.
if you haven't watched The Righteous Gemstones, please go watch
It's
The Righteous
real good.
Gemstones.
See,
It's
like the
incredible.
season 2 is a little weird with the wrestling subplot. I was like, that's a choice. No, not Billy Bob. We're talking about the kid, Robin. Like the kid, like the son that went away to Hollywood to become a stuntman and then comes back and causes trouble. The G golly looking boy, like he looks like Jimmy Olsen. He's going to be perfect. I'm very excited about this because I like Superman because he's nice, and I play Kyle, so I have to like Superman. Or I played Kyle. Who knows?
Not off topic. I want to shout out multi.
Oh yeah, Professor Multiverse.
Professor Multiverse.
Professor
right.
Multiverse.
It was like mutt livers. They did sketches of our characters, and like that's I don't know. I like it when people put effort
it's
into
great.
things they love, and it's
They
was
look
awesome.
great.
Joy.
I have not seen this yet.
yeah. If you
Um,
look
You
at
should
the
take a look at
broadcast
the world
spoilers,
below.
Okay, I will-
Yeah.
Spoilers.
I will do that real
Like-
quick, and then we'll hop back into the game.
You
They're
Yeah,
so
you might be
good.
featured too.
Yeah.
uh-huh,
It's a me.
right.
It's a you.
I love
It's a
that
cow.
mine is just me like this.
I know.
Christus is the most lifelike.
He's doing
It's
doing
perfect.
memes in between too, like the the oh
memes
yes,
are
this pancake is
always
made out of.
Aw, that's very sweet. I got more fan art, guys.
It's beautiful.
It's
It is
very
beautiful.
good.
That's
Aw.
great. Good job, Professor Multiverse. Jake, by the way, folks, if you're not on our Discord, join our Discord. It's free. It's free. Limited time. It is Thanksgiving today, so it's Black Friday. So Black Friday special. Join the Discord and it's free.
Black Friday special.
It's a Black
Hey,
Friday
you can
special.
see,
Also,
Multiverse of sketches.
Also, here's a special fun fact. We have a special sale on right now over at our Patreon, where if you join the Patreon right now, you can join for regular price. It doesn't happen every day. And
Whoa.
there is a special where if you sign up for a year, you save 10%. And that happens on Black Friday. So it's a Black Friday sale. Just saying.
Wow.
Whoa. Are you serious?
I mean,
And
that's
means
exciting stuff. Are you telling me you could support all of this content in a direct kind of way where the vast majority of your support goes directly to the creators, like this cool Dorktail being directly above me through this service?
Yeah, I'm saying this.
You could do
It's
it
direct
at a
support. It's
10%
direct action.
discount?
You can even, Millie, do you know that I have secret footage of you
Secret footage.
and me
What?
talking?
What?
Oh my gosh, on some kind of cool podcast that's available.
And I even,
Is
you know,
even-
that
might even be available right now on Patreon. I don't
it
remember.
will be available tomorrow. Actually, I just have
Good.
to.
I was like,
I've-
I
just have to
haven't
record-
caught up on my emails, so maybe it's out already.
it could be out right now. I might have edited it, everything except the little intro where I introduce you. And you remember that part where I was supposed to add a bunch of special effects?
Yeah.
It's gonna come out of nowhere and scare everybody when it happens, but it's there.
Oh,
I'm
no.
excited. I mean, I feel the aesthetic might come out of nowhere and scare everyone too, but that's all right. Sometimes you gotta
Yeah.
be a villain, you know?
Sometimes you gotta be a villain. And then you gotta be chilling. And then
I feel this
you've
would make a
got-
lot more sense if I was in a regular outfit
Speaking
and
of-
not like wearing a mining helmet, but all right.
Right.
Speaking of being a villain, and a really quick plug for supporting Dorktail's people elsewhere, I did some more voiceover stuff for our Storied Insight, which if you guys watched our most recent Extra Life, Alante, who was in a
Really
couple
cool,
of games,
dude.
so fun. He like there are some people that like I feel like tabletop role playing games, you know, sometimes like people join you and you're like, okay, you seem like a cool person, but you're
Yeah.
not someone I really want to like vibe with. Then sometimes there's people that come along and you're like, yep, you get it. You
I vibed
you
with
just fit
them
in
pretty immediately.
perfect.
Like I was like, I like
Yeah.
you. I wish that I
Yeah.
wasn't playing a skeleton right now.
I ran a game. Right? Yeah, when I ran the game for Alante and Kelly, Christine, and
Yeah,
Singing.
Tori and Mel.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Wow. all of them. I was just like, what?
Cal, it looked really dumb on our camera, but did you watch the live stream and see what the costume looked like live?
Yes,
Okay.
I did.
It was so good. I couldn't feel my nose for the rest of the night.
10 out of 10.
I play a angry library robot that doesn't understand things very well, but also understands them too well, and it's very funny. But I don't actually play them. I just do a voiceover of it because they play D&D, and then they have all the NPCs get revoiced. So it's a very cool concept. There's only about 8 episodes, so if you want to go check it out on the podcast, it's Our Storied Insights. And they're looking for some voices for some
Just
characters coming up.
Tell them to message
So
me.
Okay.
I told them to
Oh,
post
that
in the
sounds
I told them to post in the
I like that.
yeah,
it's pretty cool.
in the charity Discord. So,
Also, there
if
was
they
a
don't, I
casting.
will.
Also,
Yeah,
I
do
sent
it.
around that casting call. All of you guys do that casting call I sent you.
Yes. But yes,
Casting
very,
call
very
you
fun
just
to work
sent
with.
us.
And their producer / other person that's involved in making the podcast lives really close to me. So we're probably gonna go have coffee when I have time in the new year. But but if you want some other really cool people in your life, it's not a huge time commitment because unlike the 80 bajillion hours of Dork Tales content, there's only
dare.
about 8 episodes, and they're
No,
like
give
an
us
hour
all
and a
of
half,
your
2 hours
time.
each.
For the
All
rest
right.
of your life.
For the rest of your life. Oh God. Well, we have oh, I don't want to tangent because we got to get back into game, but we have. Hold on, I'm gonna look this up right now. I'm gonna go to our YouTube studio on YouTube right now, and I don't even have all the episodes up. We only have, quick check. How many episodes do we have up? How many episodes do we have? 800? 900? I think we have 850 episodes on YouTube right now.
I know the last time Amy checked, which was like earlier this year, we have 8 times the amount of content as Critical Role.
Damn straight we do. And 0.5 the charisma, but
Holy
that's only
crap.
because none of us are Sam Riegel. He's a handsome man.
I was
Just
ready. Before we jump back into that, I was ready to kick down the door if there was an actual combat going. But then when I realized it was like a macabre meeting, I was like, oh, okay, that's different. But I was ready to like JoJo pose and summon my stand and be like, this is how I die then, huh?
I want to play I need to finish my JoJo role-playing game that I was working on. I was working on one the day I got
hid
vertigo
this
from
from me.
my vaccine, and like I was literally writing it when I got hit by the vertigo. Well, I was literally in the bathroom when I got hit, but I was taking a bathroom break from writing JoJo, which sounds like a JoJo thing to happen. Going, ooh, Buddha, 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 my stomach hurts. Time to go to the bathroom, and then suddenly like Dio shows up while you're on the can.
Or there's
You thought it
or
was
there's-
upset stomach, but it was me, Dio.
or it's just like this. Oh, this is another body horror episode, huh?
Yeah, or a Paul Narth licking a toilet episode.
Or a pig
If I
inside
had
of
a
a
nickel
toilet.
for every
Or
time
with
Paul
extra
Narth
steps.
I love Paul Naref.
I love Paul Narf so much. I hated him when he started, and then I'm like, this is my
Right?
one true love.
Oh,
Paul Narf? I love Paul Narf. The only person I like more than Paul Narf is Joseph Joestar.
Joseph.
Old Joseph.
You,
Well,
you like old
middle.
Joseph.
I like middle old Joseph.
Middle-aged Joseph is like prime
Joseph.
timeline Joseph. Yeah.
Oh my god!
I can only picture baby Polnareff, so
Yeah,
Right?
that's fair.
that's it.
I
In my brain,
bought-
he's just always a baby.
We got
He's
to
just a
get
little
back to
baby.
game. We got to get back to game,
He's
but
a
I do have a
baby.
pillowcase that I need to show you later.
I'm intrigued and
I've seen it.
distressed in equal measure.
Okay.
I'm very excited.
Do you want me to get it?
I mean, we probably
Hold
should
on,
play
hold on.
game, but also I do want to see it.
Dun, 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 dun.
JoJo's.
Down, down, down,
Yeah, you're not ready for this.
She's not. Fuck. Like nothing can prepare.
It was on
What am I looking at?
You know what you're looking
Polnareff
at.
being held by Christ.
It's
Oh,
Polnareff
no.
in the fetal position, being held by
Poor Polnareff.
That reminds
the
me of
warm embrace of
That
Jesus.
reminds me of the TikTok that Cal recently did as Orontiros being held and being like, and I was dead, with necrotic damage, and the healer brought me back.
and I almost die. That was the funnest TikTok
That's
to
that.
make. I was laughing
Alright.
so much at myself.
Folks, we got to get going because we gotta wrap up game. So let's head back in. Are y'all ready?
Let's
All
do
right.
this.
Let's do this.
Ba-da-ba-ba-bow.
All right. Ba-da-da-now, ba-da-da-now, ba-da-da. Hello and welcome back to the world below, here on Dorkdales. The rest of your trip is fairly uneventful, strangely. You gather up food and supplies, and soon enough, the elves that you've been staying with take you out into the city street. The gray streets and tall buildings evaporate, turning into a bustling market full of faceless people of all different species. They blur past you, and you smell exotic spices. The sky above you roils with huge, huge balls of mist. And it even drips down on you at one point, like condensation at the top of a cave ceiling, but in torrents. The elves take you out to a small area of this marketplace, loading you on to a boat. The marketplace surrounds this water, and you see people talking, bartering, bickering in a language that none of you understand. They all are faceless. They all work and move around you like a dream. Myrna strides in chaos. Helps you down into the boat as they hold it against the shore. All right. You should just be able to take this one straight out. Just follow it to the edge of the water. When the mist gets thick, just try to remember real hard where you came from, all right? Yeah.
Thank you.
You're welcome. See you in your dreams, love.
What? You told us
Could
to
have
go
worse
hard,
dreams.
but can we see you in our dream?
You handsome.
Just making the smuggest little face towards Sidian right now with that sentence. Uh-oh.
You might do. You might do. Keep an eye out for me. I might come say hi. If you're not already going to dream about me to begin with. Aye? Aye? Best of luck to you. Be off. Come on, fuck off. I ain't got all day to wait for you to paddle out there.
All right.
Another
Well,
boat.
right, anyone else know how to wait?
I am historically not good
None
at
of you have been in a boat before a few days ago. Right. Oh, okay, so you take this paddle.
Oh, I okay. I understand. And just starts like whacking the water.
And gently
we have been
takes
on
it
a
away
boat
from
before.
Moss and gives it to Earthar.
right. You begin paddling down the river. Things begin to blur around you as the fog once more rolls in. I would like everyone to do me a favor. I would like you all to make me a resolve and empathy roll. Or empathy and resolve, I should say. You are going to take a 1-point complication if you are Sidian or Urthar, a 2-point complication if you are Moss, and no complication if you are Spike or Chewy. However,
Woo!
anyone who is downstairs will also have a +1 enhancement from the discussion. So Spike, Chewy, and Sidian will have a +1 enhancement.
And I have one question.
Yes.
So if Spike would have asked about coming back to his body, would it be a way to get rid of the helm when he comes back to his body?
Yeah, mate, you do what the fucking helm says to.
So I can't get rid of it?
No, it's your
Well-
body, mate. It's burned into your body, ain't it?
Spike, if you try to go back to a body when you had it already, but you're trying not to, now you're messing with what reality did, and you might come back with a few less brain cell.
That was worth a try.
Or
It'll
mean,
be gone
if you-
soon enough once you complete the task.
you're already done. Why make things more complicated?
So we can't leave things behind?
Leave
I
things-
mean, maybe.
Like what?
Like the helm. The helm. Nothing suspicious.
Well,
if-
from our conversation with during breakfast, it takes some practice to will the changes, and that gets dangerous the more the more different. Like if I try to go back and I imagine myself as like taller or but well forbid a human, I might not come back all there or something in between.
Mhm.
But it seems possible. You just gotta like I don't have the mind for it, so
No, team no empathy at all over here is going to bonk you on the head, Urthar. Go, it's okay. You just need to believe in yourself. Be confident in who you are, and you'll come through on the other side. You'll be fine.
Will Mr. Honeysuckle keep his leg?
I'm
If-
hoping to. Hopefully I will.
Hmm.
I'd hate to lose another one. This one got chewed off by some type of, I don't know, tunnel grub.
Here.
Vomited slime on it, melted it down to the bone, and then snapped it off like the wing of a lizard.
Well, that's
Ugh.
okay, because
The doctor.
the modern doctor.
Doctor, yeah.
Now, to be fair, I don't know if I have any reason not to tell anybody. Would I have a reason?
I feel
to
like
keep that
Moss would have
quiet?
accidentally slipped up there. What's their composure?
2.
Just curious. Oh, okay.
I
they're
think
not
the modern
completely-
doctor
No,
is a
but
bad enough cover that I think that we're going with that.
Yeah.
I
that
have
was
a resolve
beautiful.
of 5. So I don't. Well, but see, I'm wondering. I don't know if they have a reason to hide it, because
to
obviously,
you.
like, I'm gonna make a quick little intellect
Do it.
roll to see if they would understand intellect and maybe empathy to see if I. That is it's 9 and 8 and 2 1s. I think they've sort of picked up what Urthar's putting down, and I think they are smart enough to know that well liches are not well liked outside of your role.
Waka waka.
Exactly.
So I think I will keep the modern doctor thing.
The rural
Doctor,
juror.
not cat gnome, Hecatnum,
Hecatnum.
Hecatnum.
They're a cat gnome.
Hercatnum.
Where?
Dr. Hercatnum.
Yeah,
The scarab.
Yes. He maybe did a good job.
With weird names, you
job.
humans.
Yeah.
The name is that obvious in game? I
Humans are all over the
presume?
place.
It's up to you if you think it's that obvious. If you have any enigmas, I would say there's a good chance.
Yeah, pretty reasonable enigmas and a bunch of intellect.
You kind of just count. You're like,
I mean-
cat. No. Oh yeah.
Yes, the totally normal human
gonna
doctor.
Do
modern
anything with this
Dr.
potential
Hercatnum.
information, but they're like the most convincing two in the entire world here.
Is Earthar acting a bit weird?
Stranger than normal. Are we
Urshar's
sure it's
always
just
been a bit weird.
perjury?
Punch.
Hey,
I just
Earthar.
imagine this
Kind of
little
companionly.
from the side of the screen, like a little like a Muppet, like a felt little fist, like brushes
Correct.
Earthar's arm. Like a little Kermit limb.
Great.
In my head canon,
I keep
Moss
pedaling like
is-
nothing happened at all.
it's like a puppet.
That's for next game. Chris is gonna build a Muppet.
Oh my gosh! Yes.
tried to be a Muppet as a hippo.
I mean that was amazing.
It was pretty great. All right. And as you are discussing that, the mist will close in around you. Please make me that roll. And Hunsaker will make the roll too, and hopefully he
It was
I have-
empathy and resolve, please.
plus empathy. Yeah,
I might have
I
failed.
got 3 successes.
I got
Perfect. I'm
2
going to
plus the
desist.
enhancement.
This is my lowest pool I've
Okay,
ever
so let's-
I
rolled.
don't
Yeah, I-
know if I want to buy off the complication or not because that just sounds cool.
Okay.
Can I use a momentum? Anyone?
There are
Everyone?
3
I have-
momentums
there-
left.
there
I
are
have the
4
Did anybody else
strongest
fail?
desire
I
to say
might
no
need
just
one.
to see what happens.
I have
But
4 points of
I
momentum.
think go for it.
I'm gonna preemptively
Four?
use. And what is that? That gives me an extra dice.
It
Yeah, that gives
is-
you an extra enhancement.
Did you fail?
Oh,
If you flat out failed, you can spend 2, but you don't get to buy off any complication.
Oh, okay. So preemptively, I
Oh.
don't need to spend any.
In that case, I used a momentum earlier, but I fully failed. So I would have
Ooh.
had to have spent 2.
Yeah. Okay, so you're spending 2. Done?
I rolled a 1 and
That
a
was
6.
before.
Oh no.
So you need to spend 2.
Okay, there are
I
only
rolled
2
a two-
left.
I rolled a
guess
2
I'm
and a
spending
7.
them.
So
All right, what'd you roll, Spike?
I think we should have
2 and a
3 left because
7.
I'm not using any right now, Kelly. I would have
Oh, you're not
needed to
using
use an extra one earlier. So
Oh,
there
okay.
should be 3.
There are 3
I
left.
will use 1 to succeed, 1 to buy off the complication, and 1 will bolster and get us another momentum.
Okay, so that means you have 4 points of momentum. Stydian, you are using 2 points of momentum. That means that you are going to take the complication, but will succeed. Hunsaker succeeded with 1 success, so he'll have a leg. Good for him. Spike, what did you get?
I got 0 hits, so I don't think the enhancement works. So can I use the last 2 momentum?
You can. All right, so you will be able to do that. Moss, did you succeed?
0 hits.
Everyone +1 because
no.
we
Oh my
spent
gosh.
like half of our
That's
momentum.
true. Plus
so
1 XP. And
Yeah.
Chewy, what'd you get?
I got 2 hits plus 1 enhancement, so 3.
Okay, so you'll have 1 momentum now, if you want to leave that.
Oh,
over.
is that what an enhancement did?
If you
So
get
it-
more, if you get more hits, you can bank.
you can spend up
Yeah.
to 3 extra hits on any roll.
I
to-
had an enhancement
to
from
roll.
talking to the elves.
Yeah,
It
so
only
you
counts
had
I
if
had to
you
buy a
pass, though, right?
success.
Yeah, you have to
Mhm.
succeed for the enhancement to work.
Yeah, so it's like a success pending success that you already have.
So wait, how does
depending
that
on
how does that work
enhancement on something.
if you have an enhancement,
If you buy success.
but you
And
buy
I
yourself
bought a
the success,
I think it's
I
just
think-
considered a success. Like it's just flat.
even if
Like,
you have enhancements,
mm,
then okay, yeah.
If
That makes
if you-
sense.
I think.
Okay, so
I,
that's what we're gonna
I
have.
feel like enhancements still apply.
Do they even if you buy with momentum?
I think so.
Someone
I can
look
look
that
it
up
up while we're
while I do this to the people who absolutely failed. So, who absolutely
Sounds like a
failed?
plan.
Raise your hand. Okay, so Spike succeeded with a complication. You absolutely failed, Moss, and had 2 complications. Oh God. So, Moss, I want you to make me a stamina roll.
Ooh, I'm not. Oh no, I am terrible at that. Never mind. That's 2 hits on 2
Okay.
dice.
All right, so you are going to come home not wounded. I'm going to give you the deprived condition because you are going to come home emaciated, as if you hadn't eaten in a week. But all of your limbs and body parts will be there. You materialize again fully. However, what we are going to do is you had 2 complications waiting for you. So, please.
That gets us a momentum.
Oh, that's true because you failed to roll. So there's that.
No, it's incur a negative status effect is my
Oh, you're
momentum
right.
gain.
2, 3, 4, 5. Do you have any points of larceny?
I have 1.
Sounds good. You forget it and instead gain a point of medicine.
That's funny.
Do you have a point of athletics?
Yes.
Please transfer that into empathy.
3 points in empathy.
And
You're less jacked, but you're more empathetic now.
you are going. Do you have manipulation above 1?
I have 2 manipulation.
Please move a point of manipulation into your stamina.
Oh, you can handle that. This
So
is very cool.
you are going to come back scrambled.
Amazing.
And Traz, you've got a point of complications. So hey, buddy, do you have any close combat?
So I have a question.
Yeah.
Because according to what Chris posted, the enhancement applies normally.
Does it apply
So
normally?
how does that work? Yep.
Well, then it applies normally. I don't have the ping window up right now, so let me just see. So what's okay?
Oh,
so that is correct. So you spend 2 if you have a complication present. If you buy it, so you've spent that.
Yeah, and I didn't have a
then-
complication because I didn't get hurt prior to that.
Fair. Okay, so then you are going to be fine. Sidian will be fine as well because he spent momentum for that. It is only Moss who is going to be changed by this experience because everyone else succeeded.
That seems appropriate.
Okay. All right. So you are going to come out the other side, and Moss is going to be. Well, the mist is going to roll over you, and you are going to hear the sound of echoing voices speaking in dozens of languages. Ones that you've never heard before, and you wonder if anyone ever has. But soon, you find yourself back in a cavern system, and as the mist passes, you find yourself staring behind you at a wall covered in chalk and talc, as if someone drew a door on it at one point, long ago. There is just a light coating of condensation around it, dripping to the ground. And as you look at that, you'll notice that moss looks a bit different. They're taller, broader. The ridges around their forehead are a bit thicker. They look just tougher. Sidian, what's up?
Didn't want to interrupt. Sidian was imagining himself coming out the other side, smarter.
Oh, were you? Okay.
Does that make things? Is that bad?
So, did you get?
think
but you
they
did
didn't
not
say anything, but Earthar was implying that they wanted to come out without the Lich Finger.
Not happening.
The conversation about it scared him too much.
Oh, okay.
At the moment.
Okay.
So like, he was thinking about that, but the way that you guys talked about it was just like, oh god, I can't mess with this thing right
So
now.
Sidian,
Sidian, I can always come back.
You got no successes on your remanifestation roll.
Right.
And you banked one of those enhancements toward momentum so that Spike used on his roll. Right?
I don't think anything happened with the success because it was one complication.
Yeah.
One. Everybody had a complication, I think.
No, you did because you got hurt in the other side.
But you said we healed when we slept, right?
This is something different.
Oh, that was something different. Okay, so I had the one.
How many enhancements did you
complication,
have total? So that bought off the complication. So you did not
and
come
that
back.
like also it's like matter and antimatter and okay.
Basically, so the way that it works, the system that I've designed for the back end of the Obscura is that if you take any type of psychic drain or damage or start losing yourself to the Obscura, you gain complications to remanifest. And if you don't buy those off, you come back different.
Right.
Your traits shuffle around uncontrollably, and if you don't manifest fully with that stamina roll, you come back without health levels.
Oh, right. You had said that that's kind of like sanity, or that's like willpower.
Basically, I'm using it kind of like that. So, because you didn't succeed, you are going to be you want to come back smarter. You might think you come back smarter, but you focused too much on imbuing yourself with you.
I got
to come
inside
back
my own
any
head.
smarter. You got inside your own head. You got inside your own head because you just didn't have enough momentum.
When we get out, I'm going to start trying to say, well, Lich, and if I feel anything in my heart, because who knows, might not have been there, I'm just gonna be like, oh, well, that was a wonderful experience. Let's never do that again.
And that's what happens.
Well said.
We're not that far from Yorbrel. I recognize this track. Shall we?
Do we have the food?
You
that
have
they gave us for the
everything.
road?
Yeah, you do.
Oh, I don't recall. Were his supplies intact or were they destroyed?
His were destroyed aside from what little bit he was able to preserve.
Right. So we're unfortunately not bringing money supplies to Yorval then.
It's all right. I have the only thing that we really need. Come on.
How's his leg
All
look?
right.
Whole again, but stiff.
Does it look
And-
like his leg?
Let me just roll to see if his pants came back. His pants came back, so you can't really tell. It does not look like it is quite the same a level of muscularity as the other one, though. His breeches hang up.
Hmm? What? What's wrong? Do I have something on my face?
Oh yes.
I think it is your face.
Gonna
Well, that's rather rude.
take off her helmet and
Oh no, I didn't.
a little cloth to polish it to be as shiny as she can get it and hold it up in front of Moss's face.
I'm gonna
they can
nudge
actually
Earthar
see.
and be like, Hobgoblin's puberty hits like fucking that. It just comes out of nowhere like a sack of bricks.
Oh, you look quite lovely, Moss.
Oh, I thought I'd already gone through that. Maybe there's a second one.
There's sure you've had one puberty, but have you had second puberty?
second puberty?
Big trans energy here. Yeah.
Big trans energy.
BTE. Someone make that a t-shirt.
Yeah, Moss will look in the reflection and.
You look exactly like you remember. This feels right to you.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm a little hungry, but that's it.
I had the food the elves gave me.
Yeah.
Oh. Unrolls the link of sausages they used as like Mardi Gras, like beads. Puts
Oh,
them,
thank you.
hands them in Moss's little arms.
Spike,
Bunch of pancakes. Chunks them on their hands.
we didn't bring any Dreamstone back.
And what?
on that, I think that's where we will transition back into being in Yorbril. You wander in through the front of Yorbril at that point. The guards let out a bit of a yell as you enter. And before long, you are surrounded. Earthar and Spike, each of your heads still blaze with the helm. Although, perhaps it's not quite as bright as it was before. As you head in, old Lantha hobbles over to you, her hands held wide. So, you made it. It only took you 2 weeks. An excellent trip. You made it just in time. My student, you are sturdier than before, but your cheeks are sallow. You must get some food in you. Some food in you yet. And Hunsicker, do you have? No supplies, but I have this. And he'll reach into his pack and pull out a large vial, more like about a liter-sized potion bottle. It like sloshes with bright, glowing orange liquid. Perfect. Perfect. This will fix everything. The supplies would have been nice, but we do what we can. As for the two of you, a deal is a deal. Lamaslaw. She raises one of her wrinkled, clawed hands, and suddenly, the helm vanishes from each of you, and you suddenly feel hungry for the first time in what feels like weeks.
Aw.
Sausage.
Chomp.
When Spike comes close by to take the sausage, Moss kind of like looks really close to see if he's particularly like dirty like Montauk said he was, and kind of like just to see if that's true.
You seem perfectly clean.
You still smell like hobgoblin.
Mm-hmm.
Perfectly
Thank you.
clean, and the world below is smelling like dead
Yeah.
snake. Yeah.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I mean, come on.
It's the hottest scent this season.
Chanel. Dead
Yes.
It's
As
Chanel.
promised. The helm has been removed from you. You're free to go. However, quakes are coming more frequently, and we have seen a Mexi wandering the tunnels. A calm is nigh. You are welcome to stay here throughout the calm and rest before you head home. Or stay if you wish. Consider it. I fear that the roads back topward are a bit precarious at the moment. I will await your answer, but until then, welcome. I must take care of something now. And she starts wandering.
What's the bottle? What's the bottle? What's the bottle? What's the bottle? What's the bottle?
Do you follow her,
Moss
or
is
do you wait?
looking.
Do you wait with everyone else?
I think I think Moss would have tried to like figure out what was in the bottle, but if there's no way of like looking and guessing, I don't know. I think she might go because like he's like her apprentice.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so Moss, you are going to follow old Lontha as she heads deeper into the sanctuary. Another one of the apprentices is going to kind of approach and be like, "So Lontha, what do we do with them? They're obviously well workers. Do we send them in to the trial? The Olmorn's hungry." She looks back and waves a hand. "No. They have done a service. They have done enough for the Olmorn. Moss, it's time to see what brought you on your journey." And old Lontha pushes into one of the back caverns. And you follow and see the Olmorn. This massive, writhing, fungal mucus network at the core of Yorbril. A majestic sight, a place that well workers are fed to siphon the magic from their bodies, to feed Yorbril. But as you look around, it is withered and sickly. The orange-yellow tendrils now graying. You did a great service for us, Moss.
Thank you. Oh,
Looks at the other apprentice and kind of like leans
Be
closer
gone,
to
Tad.
yeah, tag.
Sorry, I just wanted to... Kicks a stone and walks off. This is a private moment between us.
Fucking
I'm sorry,
rat.
dearie. I'm sorry, dearie, you said?
They're gonna kind of lean in and go,
Montauk says hello.
You have never seen a woman this old collect enough blood to blush. But after the count of 3, enough capillaries reawaken in her face, after long years dormant, to paint a red hue across the swath of wrinkled canvas that is her face. Yes, well,
And
I'm sorry, what?
we found ourselves in the Obscura, and he was there.
Yes, that makes sense.
And I don't know if really likes or really hates Ursar.
He's a very headstrong young man. I can see both being an option. But enough of that. It is time to give the Olmorn its medicine. Pops the cork on the bottle and slowly feeds the curative potion to the Olmorn. And to you, this is a comforting sight, watching the thing that all of Yorbril is formed around slowly heal, its tendrils and tentacles filling out, becoming supple again as it drinks deep of this draught of the well. But to anyone else looking in here, you would be watching a monster defeat a malady that would have laid it low, becoming once again a hungry, ravening horror. But it's all a matter of perspective in the end, isn't it?
It's beautiful.
And on that note, let's do some aspirations. Who succeeded their aspirations for this episode? Please take an experience point for each. Starting with Traz. Tell me Spike's aspirations.
His short his short term was leave the Obscura.
Okay, you got an aspiration there. All right, any others for Spike?
Well, we did the party aspiration.
Party aspiration gets everybody 1 experience point. Yep. All right, Sidian, did you get any aspirations of your own?
The momentum generator was... Oh, that's different. That's momentum.
Yep.
Those are the short term, long
Yep.
term.
Party aspiration gives everyone 3.
Oh, 3. Thank you for reminding me on that, Chris. So everybody add 3 to your sheet.
Oh, that was the mission, right?
That was the
Party.
mission. You all got your group goal.
It was find inspiration or make it yourself. And I didn't really.
Fair.
Don't know if any of us were too inspired or. No, I didn't really make any
Okay.
inspiration.
All right.
Find and the other short term one was find a resource that can help a settlement. And
You did. Absolutely did. You
how did we?
You cured you brought back something that cured the Olmorn, which technically is the core
Find a new-
of yeah. So
Oh, well, that even though that was part of the party.
and I'll say you also brought some food back from the you brought a decent amount of food back from the Obscura. So that could be trade routes with the Obscura could be a potential.
Okay, so that can count as like finding
I'll
a
give-
resource that can be
Yeah,
used.
I think so. That'll take so you'll take an XP for that. Earthar, anything for you? Well, Lich?
Yeah, well lich, so my long-term aspiration. And a point to note, you can only gain your long-term aspiration once until everybody's completed their long-term aspiration.
Okay.
So you can pick another one, but not that we're continuing this anytime soon, but so just wanted to point that out. Hit something. I don't know if
No,
that
you took a
counts.
finger off.
Took a finger off. All right, cool.
I'll allow it.
So short-term inspiration, and the other one, which is so easy for me to do, I still haven't done it, is to add a chaos rock to my wardrobe.
Oh, well, you did pretty good.
Oh, the
Can-
long term. I
Can we
completely
have
forgot
a can
about-
we have a little scene on the walk back where Moss gives a attached little string
I
of
will
the chaos
I will
rock?
allow it.
Okay, and in that case, if we're having that little scene, I'm gonna be like, "Oh, thanks," and then I'll pick up a rock and turn it into a chaos rock and give it back to Moss.
Thank you, and we'll
'Cause-
tie it right where they took the older one off.
Bonding moment.
Yeah.
Perfect. All right.
Yeah, through
so
trauma and what was the joke? One man's trauma is an
another man's
is
chaos
another
rock.
Is another man's inspiration.
inspiration.
Oh my gosh.
Moss.
We can only have one long term one, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Did you succeed it?
That was ride a monster or a magnificent beast.
So if you would have slept with Myrna, that would have counted. But you did ride a magnificent beetle, so that counts as one.
A dream beetle?
The dream beetle, the beetle copter.
Oh, I completely forgot about the beetle copter.
Yeah,
'Cause
the
in my head
Volkswagen
I'm like
Beetlecopter.
picturing like a T-Rex and yeah.
I mean, it was
Alright,
a
wow,
beetle
we-
the size of like like an Apache. Like I think it counts.
Yeah, Silt Strider.
All right, Moss. Any aspirations for you?
I had return to Yorbrel.
That counts as one. Yep.
And then my other one, I actually hadn't filled it in, but it's gonna be although this might have to be a long-term goal, but return to Montauk.
Ooh, return to Montauk.
Yeah.
Alright.
Their long term is convince a settlement to deliver a substantial tithe to the well. So
Yeah, I don't think that's
what
gonna.
we got from there, it wasn't substantial, and I didn't like convince them to tithe it. So
All right, and Chewy. What about yours?
Actually, I don't think that she did this session.
Okay.
She's got find an intriguing dead thing and get home to Peelope for short terms. And the long term is find a clue to the Obsidian Gate, which I don't think she has done.
All right, so that will not work.
You
for
found
that.
an intriguing dead thing.
That's
Maybe
true.
a
You did
pile
find-
of legs, maybe, but she didn't really look at the pile of legs.
Fair, not this episode, at least.
Were you intrigued by the lamb of which you have never had before?
Oh,
That's
that,
a
the
I'll
food
allow-
was
If we
was
wanted to
dead
really
things.
lawyer it and say, you know,
Just
this
'cause it's-
dream
just
food
It
'cause
is the
technically
it is the
doesn't mean
finale
it's not
doing
episode.
science on it.
The delicious sweet nectar is the blood of the magnificent Quebecois
The Kennebec Rise.
tree.
Isn't
All
the
right.
Quebecois the dialectic to Christa
Yeah,
chose?
it is. It is.
Yes,
the-
exactly.
The blood of the Quebecois.
Tabarnak.
All right, so
m'appelle.
you
Je
should go ahead and take one for
m'appelle.
them. So,
Je
All
looking
right,
at this,
sure.
everybody, you should have XP for attending sessions. You should have XP for spending momentum, a total of 5 from those, including this episode. You should get +3 for your group goal being achieved. You should get whatever your aspirations just gave. And then Professor Multiverse bought an XP for all of you in the chat. So that is a minimum of whatever your aspirations gave you this campaign chronicle thingy, plus for everybody but Chris, 14 experience points is what I'm counting. So 14 plus your aspirations.
And yeah, the long term or the group one is 3, a long term is 2.
Oh, pardon me. So yeah, so that'll change it by accordingly. So that said, who is trying to make it home and who is staying here while the Kalm rides out?
Spike is not going to risk going home, even if he wants to leave.
100% will
We'll
risk
say.
going
While
home.
the calm
Okay.
rides out.
So basically, there are periods of flux in the world below that are. Remember Pitch Black, the movie Pitch Black? So
I
yeah,
think about
everybody,
that movie a lot.
as you should.
Yeah, me too.
Everybody, so the cycle where all the things come up to the surface is the Kalm, where shit like that happens, and so you hunker down in a safe place, and you just
Triple
wait
eclipse?
it out.
They call it calm, but
Yeah.
like random portals
It is
open up all
not.
over the place and spit shit out.
Oh, the
it's
Okay.
terrible.
So it's like a long winter, except like there's actually
Yeah.
things in the
And
dark.
It's
Settlements seem to relatively be okay, but like, you know what, there could be like a vein of ore like along a new path, or like just like a boiling lake of acid now. Like
That's so
we
cool.
actually didn't
Mhm.
get to one thing I was going to have on this because I wasn't sure exactly what route you were going to take, but there was going to be one where there was a room that rained molten iron,
Ooh.
nice.
right? Because that's one you don't expect,
That'd be pretty cool, actually. Yeah.
right? It just like drips like mercury. That would be great. Chewy, I want you to make me I'm going to give you 3 complications on this. You must
It
make
sounds
me
good, yeah.
a survival roll. Survival, I would say cunning
Sounds
make it
good.
out, to make it out if you're by yourself. Anything you can throw into that.
I don't anticipate that this is going to go terrifically well for her. I mean, she'll take her time on it, but after what happened, she feels she needs to go home to
I will
Peelope to
give
see
you
she's there
a
to see
plus
she's
one
Citizen going
okay.
with you.
Oh, no. I would never let
Okay.
her go alone.
So Sidian, you
We've
both
been
can roll
traveling
together on
together
this
for-
and combine your successes, your hits.
Yeah. Also, you could probably convince her not to go. She does trust you. It depends on the approach. She fully just intends
why does
to
she
get up
need
and
to
go
go?
after this, though. Well, because she just saw her daughter ripped to shreds in front of her, and she doesn't understand if that was real or not yet.
Well, for the sake of time, to yada yada it. Obsidian
with
would
you?
try to say that, like none of that was real.
I don't know if she'll believe you on that, but she'll trust your expertise for traveling. So
Okay.
she would stay.
So make me the roll anyway for later.
Okay,
Can I-
sounds good.
I also want to
Oh.
there's a lot of well workers here. they might be able to let you see her.
What are we rolling again? Kind.
So just make me a survival and cunning roll, please.
Rather see her in person or find my own way there.
And it's 8, 9, 10s.
It's 8, 9, 10s.
Just 2.
2, okay. And Chewy?
I got 3. I rolled a 10 and an 8. Let's go.
All right. So
And like
that's
a
for
couple
later.
other dice that were less cool, but you know.
So, for those of you who decide to stick around, which sounds like all of you, to wait out the calm, we're going to find out what happens. We're going to run a really quick calm session. So the way that this works is at the end of any one of the story arcs, they assume that your characters are going to have some downtime because you can't adventure all the time. You need some time to rest and recuperate. So we are going to look into that right now. And the way this is going to work is it is in phases. We're going to skip one of them because it doesn't really matter to us. But looking at this, we are going to look at the settlement's traits, which is Yorbrel. So we don't actually have the official traits for it, but I know the ballpark of what it is and what they specialize in. So first, we are going to look at the calm events. So this is what is happening to Yorbrel during the calm. You succeeded in their goal to heal the Ulmorn. So that is going to raise my dice roll by 10. Yeah, the Nermal. Garfield tried to send it to Abu Dhabi, but you helped it. So we are going to roll on this, and basically, if I roll below 10, something awful happens. The higher up toward 100 on a percentile, the better it is. And like a critical injury in some other systems that use D100s, like the Alien game, when you succeed in goals like this, you lower it a 10 spot. Or pardon me, you raise it a 10 spot, I should say. It gets better. Okay. So that means you are in the 60s. Oh, almost nice. 68.
Oh,
So close.
Spend momentum.
We have one. We have one.
one
Spend it,
momentum to
spend
make it
it.
nice.
You have one momentum. You want to make it nice?
Spend it.
Yeah,
I want to make it nice.
I think we gotta.
You have to. You have to.
Legally
I know you
Alright.
can't do momentum on this, but
So the calm is particularly calm for once. Aside from the sound waking you in the middle of the night of rushing water in the distance as pools begin to shift under the surface, and the sound of the ground quakes and tremors, and the sounds of the worms burrowing, of which many you find are, well, easily tamed and added to the herd stockpile. There will be something that is particularly positive throughout this. The calm is going to last almost 3 months. A particularly long stretch. However, there's enough stockpiled food, and there is enough of these worms that are able to be harvested and bred in that time because they reproduce quite quickly, that there is a surplus. And in that surplus, matrimony occurs. Several families are brought together. And as that happens, do any of you think that you might be getting married to anybody you met during those 3 months? You may describe the person and invent them on the fly if you'd like. No? Nobody wants to get hitched? All right, sounds good.
Spike does not trust this area, so no.
What about
what about the other apprentice?
Tad?
I
So,
already have
okay. So I was gonna say Moss might. In 3. So not to head, because that's just a business connection. But Kellen, who was sort of a bad connection in that they were like kind of headbutters. I did make a comment when we were talking about when Kelly was asking us about like relationships and were our characters in a relationship. I had said I don't think that he's in a relationship, but I think he secretly has a crush on Kellen, who's like the frenemy kind of like the competition. So I don't know. Maybe I feel like it could have happened.
Okay, so yeah, well, we just got to something good happen. So Kellen and Moss are going to get hitched. They're going to have a big old worm-fueled non-binary wedding.
What?
Hell yes.
And
Wait, I thought Moss was like 12.
no, they
Moss
just
is
look
16.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I just
That's
pictured
like
him as like a little
16
little
and 3
Muppet.
months.
Yeah, exactly. 16 and 3 months. No, they're probably 17 now.
That's like middle age for Hobgoblin.
That's middle
Exactly.
age for a hobgoblin, and for people in the world below, that's like ancient.
Oh, geez.
Old
Exactly.
Lantha's only 30.
Old maid. Which was
Alright.
pretty rough for 30-year-olds.
So, Moss and Kellen, two non-binary finies, get married. Matrimony brings families together, ending feuds and bringing joy. Use the settlement's primary dice pool for its next roll, reflecting on cooperation and positivity, meaning that the settlement is going to have its max pool against the next thing it must succeed against, which is pretty dope.
They release a worm with a note on it for it's an invitation to Montauk.
I thought you were going to say it was a wedding invitation, like
Oh,
a worm with a
no.
little
It
note
is
on
a wedding.
Just wiggles
Yes.
in.
Yes, a
Oh, it's
little worm
Montauk.
with a
Right,
little.
okay,
Yes,
yeah.
yes.
There will be someone at the wedding who nobody really recognizes. It is a Darvish woman with long braided hair and tattoos. And very pleasant woman who is just lovely. But the only thing you'll notice is that she's missing one of her fingers. If
And
that-
is being
Push-
severely hit on by
Push
Sidian.
Sidion towards
And
her.
Si-
like,
I feel like
physically
I might have a
push.
connection to this Darvish woman of absolute terror.
You guys going
from
into a
around
poly
here, are ya?
relationship, you're gonna...
Doctor! Run away. No.
There's that smell again.
That's right.
The name-
It's
The name's Sidian. Sidian Tough.
Sidian Tough.
Fully going to attempt to wingman terribly to and be like, he's trustworthy and smart and he knows how to find good mushrooms. Little smile.
I'm Takima. Nice to meet you.
Oh, pleasure. Oh, strong grip on you.
Oh, I...
You like
You're
weddings.
handsome. Why are you asking? And she'll smile.
What clan you from?
Oh, I'm just visiting right now. My family actually traveled from Auracaster way back in the day, before I really knew much about life at all, and made their way into the Obscura.
Wait. Your family?
Way back in the day.
But your family's in the Obscura?
Oh, I'm sure they're there somewhere. But I got an invitation to a wedding. I've got some old friends here.
But you-
Friends of the groom. Or
Don't
the
have
bride.
any-
Elbowing
Don't
City
have
in
any-
a dreamy romance.
You don't have any tattoos? I noticed. That's a little odd for...
Actually, I've got plenty. They're just under my clothes. Play your cards right, stud.
I would just like to say I wanted to see if Moss could figure out who this was. My dice pool for a cunning empathy is 9. I did not get a single success.
I like the idea that this whole thing's going on and the audience is just being like, and then we just cut and just like it's Montauk in his demonic form just standing by watching this flirting going, huh, I guess other people can lose fingers
It's
too.
not actually him.
It's not actually him.
Oh my god, that's incredible.
That's how that's gonna be.
That's yep.
All right, so the wedding is going to occur. It is going to be great. Then we are going to do some comm development. So each comm development has a goal, one or more breakthroughs, and some consequences and events. So the way that it is going to work is... Okay, so... developments result of the players' efforts to guide and improve the settlement. They're long-term projects that can take several calm periods to complete. You guys are going to be very industrious, I'll say. You can work on them independently together or in using the normal rules for working together. A character can have more than one calm development, but can only roll to advance one at a time. Each one has a goal, one or more breakthroughs, and a clearly defined impact. So if you guys would like to work on something during this 3-month period, I'm going to list some things and then quickly decide what you'd like to do together. Develop an industry or agriculture. Obtain specialists. Change leadership. Bolster defenses. Build trade routes. Expand the settlement. Train a militia, develop technology, improve infrastructure, create records, or create a work of art. There are also others like sabotage, destroy resources, ruin reputations, weaken defenses, endanger trade routes, drive out specialists, basically counters to those. Does anything there jump out at anyone that they'd like to do? Create works of art, improve infrastructure. Agriculture? Yeah, you guys want to work on agriculture together? Digging, or do you want to do separate plans?
I was gonna pitch either technology or trade routes, particularly for trying to get to the Obscura.
Oh,
That could.
we did talk
Maybe
about
building a new boat. We did sink one.
We did sink a boat.
You guys can make separate roles. So you can team up individually, or you can team up in pairs or trios.
well, the trade route to the Obscura, assuming that entrance is requires culling some creatures on one end.
Okay.
So I'm going to be on that
We came out
team.
somewhere different, didn't we? Because we didn't come out in the...
You did not come out in the temple. You came out somewhere different.
We came out somewhere else.
Because the Obscura
Oh,
is not a specific
But-
location.
Did that
Yeah.
location... Oh, I guess we need to find out if it changed.
Yeah. So why don't we go ahead and do this? So the way this is going to work, if we're going build trade routes, you form relationships with other communities that are going to exchange goods and services. The settlement must have at least as many industries as trade routes. I will say for the purposes of this that we do, because I don't have the stats, because this is still a manuscript. So there are 3 breakthroughs that need to be made. Establish a surplus, which is a technology roll. Negotiate with trading partners, which is a persuasion roll. And start trading, which is a culture roll.
I have 1 in technology.
Oh, I'm so bad at all of those things.
Okay. So,
Chewy's got a couple technology.
so you two team up, make me a technology plus stamina roll. To negotiate,
Oh,
I need
don't have stamina.
a presence and persuasion roll to establish, to negotiate with trading partners.
I just
I
keep
will
rolling
give-
9s. I have 2.
Perfect. That is going to be enough, actually.
Okay, because nothing for me, so good.
All right, you need 2 on that. So negotiate with trading partners. I'll give you a +1 because you already know the mansion elves.
Yeah.
Of Keebler Lane.
Are we doing that as well?
So you can only make 1 roll per character.
Okay.
So
Okay,
you
so
did
who has good persuasion and presence?
persuasion and manipulation.
Manipulation, sorry. Anybody? No.
All right. Do you, Moss?
No, I don't have it either
Okay.
of those.
Okay, so somebody
None
needs
of
to make
us,
this
huh?
roll.
So go for it.
Is
Who's
one
got a
of the
pool of 3 or
people...
higher?
I also need us.
Chewy would have a pool of 3, but it's already rolled, and I hope someone has more than 2 manipulation.
We're
I
all
also
very
need
honest.
Oh
one.
gosh.
I have 1.
Me too.
I thought the
This is how
merchant
we
was
got
going to
into
have
this.
manipulation.
She's pretty
She
honest.
does. She already
She's got a
rolled the
little
technology.
bit.
The Moths are really honest people. That's the thing.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Does anyone have persuasion?
Anybody have persuasion? Really?
One dot.
Oh,
but-
wait. Persuasion is a skill.
Yeah.
It is.
And I get that from my silly.
You're silly.
And I
what?
don't have any in it.
Oh my god.
Oh, dang it. I should have rolled. I actually have a thing that would be perfect for this, but
Okay, well, I'll spend your last something good happens right now. Actually, Second Gen Gamer just bought a something good happens. Moss, you may roll on this. Normally, you would not be
Okay.
able to unless you allow channel points in your home games, folks.
because so I get a +2. So I have a synthesis called I Know What You Want.
That
so I
would
get
be
a
perfect for
+2
this.
to learn what a target desires, and if you know the desire, you get a +2 to use it against them. So can I presume I know what kind of stuff they want?
Yeah,
Because they were talking trade, right?
they want worms.
Okay.
Everybody wants worms.
They want worms.
Who doesn't
Everyone
want
wants
worms? You want worms. I want worms.
Worms are great. And then so the +2 is an enhancement, so it's not dice.
Yep. So you just need to get a presence and a manipulation, or not presence, persuasion and manipulation roll. You need 1 success for 1 hit.
I only got one die,
Oh,
so
no.
haha. No.
I believe you have 1 momentum.
What can we do with that?
I guess you would.
You can turn that
That
into
can
a.
make it a success.
You can
No, I
make it
need
a
2 to
success.
make it a success because I failed.
Oh no!
So we actually don't have enough.
Someone
Yeah.
buy another point, quick. So while you're doing that, we'll assume that if somebody can spend a point on that, that will work. And I need a culture and presence roll to start trading.
Oh, see see, this was all like the 2 of us are like 2 of us are good at all these things.
Well, you can lay down the foundation for this. So we'll just say that you just need to start the actual trading process during the next calm.
Yeah,
So you will do
we're
that.
starting on it a little bit.
So
I feel like
for
all of these are rolls that Chewy's vaguely okay at, but you can only make 1, right? So
Yeah.
What is this? Presence
Yes.
and
yeah.
presence and culture.
Yeah.
All right. So I guess the other 3 of you, is there anything else you'd like to do? Like obtain specialists, develop agriculture.
I'm developing the agriculture.
All right, so give me a survival or science plus intellect to survey the settlement. Anybody wants to do that? I also have obtain production techniques or obtain livestock and raw materials, which is technology and intellect or persuasion and manipulation. And then I have implement new techniques, which is leadership and presence.
I think.
Look at all
Cal,
these social things. Sorry,
yeah,
go
I
ahead.
was gonna say, do you want some help with the infrastructure, like agriculture?
Yeah, like kind of setting up all the different kind of like fungus that we had scraped and taken samples from.
Well, first we need to clear out an area, right?
Oh, see, that's why you're the digger.
That's fair. Also, Moss, you will be successful due to the expenditure point that was just bought.
So what were those
Hooray.
rolls?
Science or go ahead, Kelly.
Science and survival, or science or survival plus intellect. Also, you can find these in Chapter 5, Survival Systems, on page 26.
Okay.
If you want to
If
follow
you want to
along.
help.
So science and survival.
Plus intellect, or survival.
Or intellect. I have, if it's involving digging, I have a +1 enhancement, and
Ooh.
I have 6 dice.
Sure. And then I need technology
I have
plus intellect or
excavator.
persuasion.
I have excavator too.
What does that do?
+1 enhancement to digging.
All right.
So what's your pool?
5.
5? How about I do this one, and then you can try the next one.
Okay.
Just I think. So that will be 4.
Okay, then you are going to have a point of momentum there. So that is going to be great. You are going to start surveying the settlement. You're not going to be able to do a complete breakthrough because you're going to be surveying, looking at places where you can expand the mushroom corralling or worm corralling.
Up the walls for different types of lichens that
Yep.
like different humidity levels.
That's really clever.
Nice.
And finally, Spike, what are you doing during this? Or are you just going to slack off the entire time?
No, I don't like this place. I'm gonna do.
Is he doing a negative?
You doing a negative?
Is he assassinating the leadership?
Destroy resources, ruin reputation, weaken defenses, endanger trade
Sleep
routes,
with that old lady and ruin her reputation.
conspire with enemies, drive out specialists.
Please.
What do you want to do?
wanna
I
weaken
seduce the old
defenses.
woman.
Okay, so weaken defenses. So I'm guessing the easy one for you would be undermine defenses or scope out physical defenses.
Way to prove the well-lich right.
Yeah, geez.
Yeah, it says the civilization forced me to do their bidding. So they need to be dealt with. So let's scope out. I'm going to do some scouting.
Wait,
Okay.
wouldn't that, if it was a bad civilization and you didn't like being forced, wouldn't you want to change in, like, government?
No, he wants to do it with the point of a knife.
He's the assassin.
Ass in.
I'm here to get information. I'm not going
That's
to
out.
If they all get
I'm
eaten
just
by
looking
bugs,
out.
the government still changes. I mean, it's bugs, but it's changed.
And I, for one, welcome our insect overlords.
So yeah, I'll scope out physical defenses.
Sounds good. Make me that roll. I am very sad that there's no bug race in here. I would love to play this and be a bug person.
I'm a little surprised
Right?
there's no, like, beetlemen.
Yeah, I feel that too.
I mean, like, just think, you can just create them called the Myrmidons. They're just ant people.
So
Wait,
I
why
rolled
aren't
4
there ant
10s.
people?
Why aren't there ant people, Matthew? Leave a comment if you're watching, by the way.
Ant people.
people.
I mean,
look
I
like
guess there's
ants,
lots of like
eat.
insect
taste like
creatures, and they're
people.
kind
It
of
tastes like people.
like the animals, but yeah.
Why aren't there uncles, Matthew? Okay. All right. What'd you get, Spike?
I got 4 10s, so that's 8 successes.
And with that, anybody who wants to, this is the point where you would be spending experience normally. So, anybody can go ahead and spend experience, but because this, so mark your experience, this is where you would spend it working on your skills. I'm going to go into narrative mode though, and just explain what happens over the next bit. 3 months pass in the blink of an eye. You spend most of your days keeping an eye on the settlement, letting it flourish and thrive. And the lot of you start repurposing some of the caverns, excavating new ones in safe locations that won't collapse, rounding out places for the lichen to grow along some of the sweating walls. In fact, one of the few safe trade routes that you begin to set up, Moss and Chewy, leads toward that sweaty door to the Obscura scrawled on that wall. It's very humid there, a great place for lichen to take root. You increase Yorbrel's stretch. And another calm, you'll have a functioning trade route to the Obscura. Who knows what you'll get from it? But no matter what, it will be interesting. Moss, you and your husband will probably end up having to be trade emissaries over to the elves on the other side. To be fair, your partner is a bit nervous at the prospect, but with your boundless enthusiasm, it won't be much trouble to convince him to go. Urthar, your powers come in handy, but it doesn't... well, the rest from long days of work does not come easy to you. For whenever you try to sleep, there is an itching sensation between your ribs, and occasionally, when you bathe or sponge yourself off, you can swear that you see the skin of your chest writhe as it wiggles, as if stretching, as if a long-tailed cat inside of your chest waiting to strike. But when the time is done, would you choose to stay or go?
Oh, sorry, Spike, but there's a lot I can learn here. And Urthar's actually going to be staying here with the city, trying to kind of help build it up, and but he's learning as much as he can about the chaos assist thing, because he's just I need to be able to defend myself, and so you also can do a path advancement, and I am going to be choosing to advance my my
Wow.
calling.
Well,
to...
old Lantha will need a replacement when Moss heads to the Obscura. And with a bit of convincing, she could be convinced to take you on.
That's why I'm helping around the town.
I write a very good reference.
That's true. Spike, you spend the months observing. Under the guise of keeping watch, you monitor its defenses. You see the cracks, the places where thin tunnel walls could be easily breached by one of these worms or perhaps some darker forces. You make a mental tally of this. And when the time comes to leave, perhaps traveling alongside Sidian and Chewie, until you reach another city, you know that Yorbil has a bad reputation, and that there are many who would pay handsomely for such knowledge. What you do with that, and the doom that it wreaks upon this settlement, is another story. Sidian and Chewie, when the calm is over, you make your way back home. Successful in establishing trade routes and having a hell of an adventure.
Is Sidian from Telbra's Hearth as well? I forget.
They're from Agosby.
Mm-hmm.
Right, okay.
And as you make your way back to Telver's, and back into your little home, your little hovel cave, both of you will see the beaming whiskers and smile of Pilo, who looks up at you excited and a bit taller than the last time you saw them.
Time to share some cheese, I think.
And I think that's where we are going to call this adventure. It's all right. That is the world below, everybody. That was a beautiful little place to end it on. Sharing some cheese with the one you love. So that was what?
Intense. Oh, such a good session.
I'm glad you enjoyed it. I wanted to get the calm stuff in there, and I wanted to give everybody a sense of things. But World Below, what do you guys think?
I love it.
I really like it.
Yeah, honestly, yeah. I really love the setting. And I find these kind of mechanics really interesting, like the sort of like the calm mechanics and the sort of being able to build out your part of the world
so
through long-term actions
Yeah.
is really cool.
Yes.
The
It
go
gives
on a
you, like, this
mission,
extra
do calm.
stake in it. Yeah.
Yeah, you're and there's like so many different charts and stuff like for like building random areas that you can like completely explore, make your own,
Yep.
on top of having like awesome adventures that are kind of also horrific.
Infiltrate
oh my
and
God.
like take down
Yeah,
enemy. Yeah.
Mhm.
and develop these
Dig
different relationships with
I like that there was a
characters who
wedding.
walk
Like, I
through
love it
some-
when there's any type of like...
Yeah, that was cute.
So you want to hear a couple of other things that could happen?
Mhm.
Nothing happens was 66. A newcomer arrives, good omens, a gift, a festival, a bountiful harvest, a descent, a discovery, refugees, something spared, a rare talent, and 100 is a miracle.
what was
Oh.
68?
68
that
was
we
the same,
missed.
actually.
Oh, okay.
So 67 through 69 are the same one. But at the bottom, it's like Chaos Storm, Abyssal Incursion, Chaos Surge, Chaos Spike, Hamexi Assault, Invasion, Rockfall, Flood, Swarms, Dragon.
Oh gosh.
Dragon.
Yeah,
Is
again.
that all? That sounds
Dragons.
exciting as heck. Okay, hang on. If you're only
Mutations.
getting out a costume, hang on. I'm going to return to regulation me.
Regulation you? Are you sure you're not too sleepy?
I am
Ah.
extremely sleepy.
Oh, there we
but
go.
hi.
All right, so thumbs up for The World Below. Thank you to the authors and to Onyx Path Publishing for letting us get a crack at this and for sponsoring this stream. We love doing this kind of stuff, and if you ever want us to do more, reach out. We're here, and we love what you guys do. It has been a pleasure and an honor. Ooh, Krista, what are we doing? Dying from heat.
I've been wearing a wool alpaca fleece toque and 2 hoodies every game. I'm dying.
I don't quite know how you're alive. I mean, I'm familiar with the vaccine fever stuff, so I've just been slowly melting over here, but you were just like melting on purpose.
All right, so many of us just got our vaccines today or yesterday.
Yeah.
So I think this is a great place for us to call it. Folks, thank you so much for enjoying this episode. Hopefully you enjoyed it anyway. A big thank you to everybody who came out and supported this. And of course, if you can still get like a late backer over the backer kit, please check it out. And if not, go check your local game store. When this comes out, probably in a few months, you can probably place an order in, but follow it and follow Onyx Path Publishing to hear more about when this launches, like in physical media, because this would be fantastic. You're definitely going to see it on like drive-thru-RPG. So follow them and follow all their stuff and follow us while you're at it. And hey, if you have a little bit of extra coin in your pocket to toss to your Witchers, consider joining the Patreon here at patreon.com/dorktales, where you can join the likes of our fantastic divine producer, my mom. Hi, Mom. We talked today. It was nice. You can join the likes of Precarious, our never precarious demonic producer, our wizards of the Patreon, Tammy the Forever Cleric and the Ink Goblin, both who are brimming with chaos, and of course our High Council of the Patreon, which is Taryn, Buddy, Amberthist, Raven with Baubles, Karasha, Urquhart, Chef Eladeth, Larouk, Sorcerer Sanguine, and Mike Baxter, who were all in a back room inside of that mansion playing Parcheesi. I don't know how to... I'm glad I didn't have to run that because I don't know how to play Parcheesi. I just like the way it sounds. And with that, folks, have a fantastic night. Don't run into any dragons, watch out for Hemexi, and remember to pick up every glowing rock you come across. And with that, we'll see you next time here on Dork Tales. Good night, everybody.
Take care, y'all.